concept of abortion. Nobody's going to force you to get one. But pro-choice just means that you wouldn't interfere with another person's ability to get one if they want.
Look, personally, I believe abortion is murder, and that's why I think it should be legalized.
You mean illegal?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
You think it should be illegal? So wait, why should it be illegal? Why do you think it should be illegal for everybody?
Because I believe it's murder.
Okay, so why do you think it's murder?
Well, like, of course, there's a religious aspect to it, which is fine because everyone votes on their religious beliefs. That's how you can't stop that.
Well, you shouldn't.
You should. You definitely should.
You should not. No, we have separation of church and state here. You should be voting for somebody who's best for the country, not somebody who's most religiously aligned with you.
That's for forcing laws, but like mostly everyone votes. If someone's a religious person, they're going to vote based on what's best for the religion. You can't stop that.
Why would? Yeah, no, I think that's silly. I think you should be voting as to what's best for the country.
Are you religious? Are you religious in any way?
No, I'm an atheist.
Okay, so that's why. That's why you think it's silly because you don't have any passion in it.
No, it's not that. I think that even if I were religious, I think you should be voting as to what's best for the country. Like, hypothetically speaking, if you have a candidate that's better for your religion, but there's another candidate that's just better for the country overall and better for everybody in the country, regardless of religion, you should be voting for the latter, not the former.
No. So let me say something. My religion tells me it's murder. Therefore, I should vote to end it because it's murder. Like, in this case, murder is wrong.
Does your religion tell you that stealing is wrong?
Yeah.
Does your religion tell you that breaking the law is wrong?
Mm-hmm.
Does your religion tell you that bullying people is wrong?
Yep, and that's why
Does your religion tell you that assaulting people is wrong?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're willing to ignore all of those things that your religion tells you is wrong in favor of Donald Trump?
How?
Donald Trump has done all of those things. He's stolen, he's assaulted, he's committed crimes, he's bullied people.
He's not gonna like legalize stealing.
No, I'm not saying that Donald Trump's going to legalize stealing, but that's what he has done. He himself has stolen. So why would you then vote for somebody who is very much against your religion in favor of things that you selectively choose that's in favor of your religion?
I don't think he's that good of a guy.
You're just being very selective with what you value in religion.
I think he's better for the country than Kamala.
Yeah, but why do you think he's better for the country? You haven't answered that.
Yes, I have. I said
okay. Why do you think he's better for the country? Specifics.
He's better for the economy.
Okay, how is he better for the economy?
That's what I was told. I was told he's better for the economy.
So you don't have any reason to believe he's better for the economy?
Well, the economy was better during his.
Okay, why do you think and this conversation goes like every other conversation that starts like this. I'm going to ask you why do you think the economy was better under Donald Trump, and you're not going to know. So do you want to get into that whole thing, or can we just skip it and you just say, yeah, I don't know?
Well, gas prices were lower, right?
Okay, why were gas prices lower? We'll do the same song and dance here.
You're getting the whys. Like, let's say you answer that question, you would probably say why was that lower, and like we're getting.
No, it's not a. I'm just going to keep pestering you with questions. It's just simple questions. You have to be asking yourself why something is. You don't just accept it because it is. You ask yourself, why is it the way that it is, right? So why were gas prices lower under Donald Trump?
I don't know how he did it, but he might have done something.
Okay, right. So Donald Trump did nothing to do it. Gas prices are not based on the president.
All right, maybe I'm wrong.
Oh, who's that?
Huh?
Who's that?
That was my sister. She doesn't want to talk, though.
We also didn't, by the way, for her information, we didn't stay out of war. Are you kidding me?
She said 0 new wars.
I'm sorry. Is the starting of a new war, starting 0 new wars equal to continuing a bunch of already existing wars? Is that like, okay, you can just overlook that?
I don't know that much about the wars either. I just know there were 0 new wars.
There's also been 0 new wars under Joe Biden.
That's not true. That's completely false.
That's completely true.
They invaded Ukraine during... And
that is not a war that the United States is fighting in.
Yes, it kind of, in a way, yes. We're funding Ukraine.
No, not in a way, no. By the way, we're actually, in terms of the United States being involved in direct... By the way, I'm going to preface
this. Can I ask you, what's the word for that?
Hold on, be quiet. The United States doesn't... the United States, in terms of wars that we are actively engaged in, none of them have started under Joe Biden. There's no war that we, the United States, are actively engaged in terms of troops. Matter of fact, we're engaged in less war right now under Joe Biden than we were under Donald Trump. Mm-hmm. So there's less war under Biden and Kamala Harris than there was under Donald Trump. More American soldiers died abroad in combat under Donald Trump than Joe Biden, and you guys still voted for him anyway. What a disaster. This is why I say it's disaster. It's just terrible. Just terrible.
So what's the word for like America funding Ukraine when it's in a war? Like, what's the word for that? Like, it's
trying to insinuate it's a proxy war.
Isn't it? Yeah, right.
I mean, no, I wouldn't call this a proxy war, but because we've been funding Ukraine for a while now. So
I know, but we've funded them a lot more. We've sending them a lot more money over Joe Biden.
Right, because there's more need.
Yeah, I'm not.
And also, it's really good that we're funding Ukraine. That's necessary.
We are in a proxy war with Russia.
No, I mean, I think that if the money was already there, the funding was already there, and it was already existing prior to the conflict, I wouldn't call this like a proxy war. But you can call it whatever you want. If you want to call it a proxy war, like, I don't care. But also, it's good that we're funding Ukraine. That's a good thing.
No, I'm not even saying that. I'm just saying I would still think it's a proxy war of Russia. So that is
you can define it however you choose. I don't really care. We're active in Yemen in the chat. Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna head out. Appreciate talking to you though. You have a good one, sir.
All right, Kenny. Appreciate it. Have a good one. Jeez Louise. Look at that person in the chat. Hold on. Ukraine is corrupt. Can we get this guy up here? What a disaster. Can we get this guy up here? Chloe, thanks for the $2. Was having a bad day. So happy you're live. Love you. Chloe, I appreciate you. I'm sorry you had a bad day, but I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad we're live now. Sid, thanks for the $2. Miss you, King. I was going through withdrawals. Yo, Sid, I appreciate you. Alexander, thanks for the $1. Hey, Harry, love your content. I was just wondering what the best possible argument you think is for legalizing of abortion. I mean, I think it's really complex, but I think like bodily autonomy, sentience, things like that. You'll possibly hear it come up tonight, and we'll talk more in depth. Emily, thanks for the, or excuse me, not Emily, Emma, thanks for the $5. Don't read out loud. Yeah, I appreciate that, Emma. Thanks for the $5. Russell, thanks for the $5 as well. So glad you're live tonight. I know you're sick of me. Are you kidding me? I love you being here, Russell. But you've been the highlight of my day since the election. We need you, Russell. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for being here, my man. That means a lot. I appreciate that a lot. Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, link in bio if you want to support the live. Yeah. All right. Look at this person, Maga. I have evidence prepped, but they don't have live access. Oh, they do. So what do we think, guys? Do you think they actually have anything of substance to say, or what do we think? Zero followers? How old are you?
I'm 18.
You're 8. What year are you born?
2006.
Okay. What state you vote in?
I actually was 1 month away from voting because my birthday is on December 9th. So unfortunately, I didn't get to vote, but I would have voted for Trump.
Okay. Why would you have done that?
So really, my the biggest issue that it comes down to for me is abortion. So I feel like I agree with the person that came up before. I do believe that it is murder, not just based on my religious beliefs, but also based on, I guess, like just the evidence and the logic of it. I mean, let me see here. I have this website that says, let me see, human characteristics. So while human characteristics are not immediately visible in a fetus, many features are already set within hours of conception. This includes personality traits, eye color, hair, gender. Basically, all of the DNA is set within moments of conception. So therefore, I believe that life starts at the moment of conception, because as soon as that happens, the baby begins developing, and life is defined as something that can grow, that can develop into something. And so I believe that life starts at the moment of conception, and therefore abortion is murder.
Murder is defined as an unjust or illegal taking of life. So what's unjust about an abortion?
I believe that it is taking a human life. If you look up, let me see, so I can see.
Well, yeah, I mean, let's just accept your argument that it's life at conception. I'm happy to do that. Why is it unjust?
Because it is, it's killing something that is growing, that is developing, that will be born and grow into a human being. I mean, like, anyone could have been aborted, and like I could have, I would never be here. I would never have the future that I would have, like an impact the world. Like, I believe that life begins at the moment of conception, and that babies are, living beings growing. And if you look up the definition of life, let me see. Find this here.
Sure, go ahead.
It's a distinctive characteristic of a living organism, specifically distinguished by the capacity to grow and respond, adapt, reproduce. So I believe that the babies qualify from the moment of conception as the definition of life, and therefore murder is the taking of a life, so therefore abortion is murder.
Yeah, but there are other takings of life that you would view as justified. You wouldn't view it as murder. So, for example, in the form of self-defense, if somebody takes the life of their attacker, I'm sure you're not calling that murder. You'd call that justified. You wouldn't call that an unjust taking of life. If somebody's on life support and the family's given the option of pulling the plug, they are technically still living. They are alive. They are cellularly alive. But I'm sure you wouldn't call a family making that very difficult decision murder. So there are plenty of instances where you and I and most rational people would be perfectly fine with the taking of a human life, and you wouldn't call it unjust. So that doesn't really explain why you think that an abortion is unjust. And I don't understand the philosophy here. I think maybe this is the bigger and more important question of like, you can believe this fundamentally for yourself. You could be uncomfortable with the concept of abortion and not want it for you. And that's perfectly fine. That's your life. You do you. But then why would you want it to be banned for other people? Why would you want the government involved in that process?
Because, like I said, it goes back to the fundamental belief that I believe it is murder and that it is unjust. You were talking about something totally different with self-defense, and I understand. I wouldn't define that as quote unquote unjust because you are defending yourself. Abortion, you're not defending yourself by killing a baby from like the getting.
I mean, the fundamental though is that it's life. You're saying your entire argument is predicated off of life. You're saying I value life first and foremost. So in the instance of self-defense, that is still somebody living. And with the instance of a brain dead patient, that is still somebody living, but you would be okay with that. Right?
Honestly, well, no, I didn't say that. Please, you're basically putting words in my mouth. I'm just talking about abortion.
I said right as in of like asking you a question, but okay.
Mm-hmm. So, well, okay, I'm focusing on abortion and you're twisting it onto other topics though.
No, it's not. It's not twisting on other topics. I'm showing you that your argument of, oh, it's living, it's unjust to take a life is not a good one. This is not universal. You don't even hold this universally. Let me ask you, do you agree with families having the ability to pull the plug on a brain dead family member?
I think it's a case-by-case basis, but yes, in certain circumstances.
What's the circumstances of which you wouldn't be in favor of that?
Well, it depends. It's honestly on a case-by-case basis. It's what the family believes is best. But yes, that is still, you're still ending a life. So by saying that though, are you agreeing with my statement that it is ending a life? Abortion is ending life.
Yeah, no, I don't have a problem with it though. That's the difference. I would, if you want to concede that life begins at conception, I have no problem with that. I just don't value life until sentience, which is around 20 to 24 weeks within a mother's uterus. That's when I give it value. That's when I assign a value. I don't think there's any value to a fetus before that point. But the point I'm making to you is that, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. So you just going back, you don't value life up until a certain point. That just sounds very wrong in my opinion. Like that.
Well, it doesn't have sentience. It doesn't have first person subjective experience.
But you just said you just agreed that it's life though, that it's a growing, developing, a fetus. So like, I don't understand how you're not valuing that. I don't know. That just doesn't make sense.
Because it doesn't have sentience, right? It doesn't have first person subjective experience. I think that is the way that we should classify what life is valuable and what life is not. And that specifically only applies to like fetus before that time frame. And again, like if the fundamental is life, that's what your argument is based off of. There are plenty of instances of which you say that taking life is perfectly fine. And you wouldn't call that to the taking of all life murder. So it's still unclear to me why you think that an abortion is unjust. You're yet to define why is it unjust. And because you can't use the whole, well, it's a taking of a life, because there are certain instances of where you think taking his life is fine.
I think the difference here, even I know people in the comments are talking about like even animals and stuff. I believe as humans, we aren't only just alive in body, but also we have souls and personality. We have like much more, there's much more to it. So
What?
I believe that comes down to my religious beliefs as well. I believe that, and I understand that's not necessarily something that you like to hear on here, but that is what I believe. And it ultimately comes down to that. So yeah, I do have to go now, but I hope you have a great night.
All right. I appreciate it. Have a good one. Bonetta, thanks for the $1. Harry, don't read out loud. Oh my God, Bonetta, I'm so sorry. I hope you're doing okay. That's terrible. Wow. I really hope you're doing okay. That's rough. If you need anything, let me know. Jessica, thanks for the $1. Favorite quote: if you think you love freedom, but you don't care if it applies to everyone, what you actually love is privilege. That's a good one. That's a good one, Jessica. I appreciate it. Thanks for the $1. Thanks for everything you do, Harry. Love watching you fight for women daily. Thank you for being here. Gabby, thanks for the $1. Insane story. My small private high school got canceled by Project Veritas. We got tons of threats and protesters. Wow. Are you serious? Is this happening right now? Wow. Noel, thanks for the $2 as well with the emojis. I appreciate you. Becca, thanks for the 1 cent. So sorry to be annoying. Just wanted to remind you, I sent you a DM a few days ago. Yes, I have to make sure to read it. I apologize for not getting to it sooner. That's on me. Kevin, thanks for the $2. A good laugh. Kevin, I appreciate you. Amy, thanks for the $20. Can we get some W's from Amy for the chat? You always make my night. Amy, thank you for being back here again and for continuing to support. You're amazing. Oh, I appreciate you. Jenna, thanks for the $4.96. You and Isaiah need to do a live together. Yeah, I would do a live with Isaiah. No problem. No problem at all. Venmo, Cash App, PayPal in the link in the bio if you want to support the live. Also, drop a follow if you haven't already. We do these lives all the time. And double tap the screen. Let's try to get to 200,000 likes. And if you are MAGA, let me know in the chat. I will bring you up and we can talk. Sound good to you? Where's this Pete guy? This Pete guy in the chat. This Pete guy. I can't invite him. He doesn't have live access, unfortunately. That's such a shame. He doesn't have live access. I wanted to invite Pete up. Ugh. That's unfortunate. All right, let's bring up this guy. He says his bio is debate lives every day. Sure.
Yo, what's up, man?
Yo. You vote for Donald Trump?
I mean, I can't, but I want to test your abortion stance. I think it's terrible.
You did? Oh, you did vote for Donald Trump?
I think your abortion stance is terrible.
Oh, but you didn't vote for Donald Trump? Okay, have a good one. Appreciate you. Sorry. You didn't vote for Donald Trump. I apologize, man. Yeah, the guy's also European, I believe. Sounded British. Anyway, let's bring up Rocky. He says he's MAGA. Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, link in bio. If you want to support the live, I appreciate all of you so very much. What's going on? Oh, here he is. What's going on, man?
What's up, man? How you doing?
You're yeah, there it is. It's much better. Sorry, it was muffled for a second.
Better now.
You vote for Donald Trump?
Worry. When you was having to restart your live, I was telling you to help if you just delete TikTok.
I feel like that would
wouldn't have to worry.
That would just take way more work.
No, I didn't mean reinstall it. Just delete it. Go away.
Oh, just go away altogether. Gotcha. Cool. Your thing is muffled again. You can't dive under the water while you talk on live.
Gotcha. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
All right. I apologize. Yeah, I was coming up, man. One, I'm wondering, how old are you? I'm 45. How old are you?
22.
22. So this was your first vote, correct?
No, I voted in 2020 as well.
Have you ever voted on any card for a Republican at all?
No.
Okay. 90%, if you look it up, 90% of Republicans at one point in time have voted for a Democrat. But you guys say we're in the cult. But almost 100% of Democrats have, unless they switch parties, have voted for Democrat straight card. And that lead me to this. And I don't know if you're willing to advance from where you are or not. I think you're smarter than most of the people that are backing the Democratic Party. I think you're very intelligent. I think you know the manipulation you're pulling, and that's what makes you a little bit scarier. And I can prove what I'm saying, man. I've seen it. Like when you said that Donald Trump said he's going to be your video. I've watched you for a while, man. I like you. You're a good kid, man. You seem like you're smart, and that's why I say you're smarter than the shit you spread. When you was like, Donald Trump said he's going to be a dictator day one. But I mean, anybody with common sense, which you do have, knows what he was saying by that. And when he said, I'm going to do this and this on day one, that wasn't really saying I'm going to be a dictator. He was saying that's what I'm going to do. It was in kind of jest, if that makes sense. Did you not catch that or not? Are you not as smart as I thought?
I don't think you can interpret that as you will. I don't think that joking about being a dictator or saying you want to be a dictator is appropriate for someone who's running for the presidency. Joe Biden could joke about wanting to be a dictator to get universal health care for everybody in this country. I would think that's wildly inappropriate. And also, given the fact that Donald Trump has done things in the past that are very dictatorial, very authoritarian, I think it's perfectly reasonable to conclude that Donald Trump is serious when he says this.
Honestly, give me a couple examples.
So trying to overturn an election he didn't win, for example, or, you know, trying to get people fired who were investigating him.
The Pence incident, yes. Do you believe the Democratic Party had anything to do with the lack of security or anything there or not?
The lack of security with the 2020 election?
No, the J6.
No.
You believe that? No hand in it. Okay, can you give me one flaw that Joe Biden had in his
Can you, your mic is muted again.
Can you give me one flaw?
Say, keep on, come on. Can you hear me? No, it's muted, it's still muffled.
Can you give me one flaw?
Still muffled. You have like your hand covering your microphone or something? You connected to an AirPod, perhaps? What is going on with this, guys? Yeah, you gotta hold it like this. Hold it like this.
Can you hear me now, my friend?
There. Yes. Now.
Okay. Can you admit one flaw in Joe Biden's presidency?
I can tell you something that Joe Biden did I disagree with.
Okay.
I disagree with him signing the TikTok ban.
That's it.
Well, yes, for one.
You know, it's kind of cult-like, right? You can't name something really that he did.
You just asked me to name something I disagree with what
Can
Joe Biden did, and I told you I named.
Give me an actual flaw, bro.
Is that not an actual flaw? Is Joe Biden doing something I disagree with not good enough for you?
Let's go. Give me a policy you don't like that he did.
That's a policy I don't like.
Can you give me a better policy than social media?
How is that not a better policy? I think that's something that
affects America. Impacts America.
That impacts America.
So you're going to dodge that because you don't want to admit it.
You cannot possibly, in good faith, claim that that's a dodge when I answered your question as you said. You said, can you name one flaw of the Biden presidency? I gave you a flaw. It's not something that you wanted to hear. You wanted to hear something else.
So you're
but, I literally just answered your question.
So
let me ask you this: Did Donald Trump lose the 2020 election?
Yes, on paper.
And okay, hold on. Did he or did he not lose the election?
Which is where 90% of your education comes from. When you say this, and this, it's because you read it in something that's posted by the government or left-wing media, so you don't believe they're lying to you.
This is so dumb already. Did Donald Trump lose the 2020 election?
Yes, on paper.
What does on paper mean?
Sure. I don't believe actually that Joe Biden got more votes than President Obama.
Okay, why not?
Everybody I know of voted for Obama for one. For one, he was the first African American or first black president there was. He had way better running policies. He was way better candidate. And at the end of the day, Joe Biden's been a babbling idiot for about 40 some years now.
So do you have, this is all I'm hearing right now is personal opinion of you saying like, I know people that voted for Obama, like Obama had better policy. You could prefer Obama's policy. You could know people that voted for Obama and that didn't vote for Biden.
You believe
that doesn't mean that Biden didn't receive 81 million votes. So I'm asking you, do you have any evidence to back up this claim?
None.
So normally as humans, it's good. It's a good rule of thumb to not believe something if you don't have evidence for it, right? So you shouldn't believe things if you just don't have anything to back it up.
Wouldn't you say a lot of evidence is skewed? Like a lot of it's pencil whipped, what we call it in certain industries?
No. When it comes to something like this, absolutely not. No.
And that's your biggest problem.
Okay, so when we have Donald Trump losing, when we have Donald Trump losing over 60 court cases where many of these court cases had judges that he appointed presiding over them, when his own Department of Justice, his own FBI, his own Department of Homeland Security, and an agency within the Department of Homeland Security that he created said it was the most secure election in American history, when his Attorney General, the FBI director, and all of his family members and personal White House counsel lawyers are all saying that, yeah, the election wasn't stolen, and two different firms that Donald Trump hired to look into the 2020 election that were outside firms all came to the same conclusion that the election wasn't stolen, then there's quite literally no evidence to back up what you're saying. So this is not just one source saying, oh, the election was secure. These are people that Donald Trump himself appointed. These are Donald Trump agencies that at the time he had his people running them. These are investigations that Donald Trump paid for. So if you don't have any evidence, don't say stupid things. Tin, thanks for the galaxy.
Well, the evidence again is all written and paid for by bullshit, and who
so
pays
Donald
them
Trump
guys?
paid for bullshit, and then Donald Trump
Who
appointed
pays
corrupt
most of
judges.
those guys using it? Hold on, who pays most of those guys in the last?
Did Donald Trump appoint corrupt judges?
No, was a judge the main judge presiding over his cases? Was it one of his appointed judges?
Yeah, there was at least 14 judges who presided over his cases that were appointed by him.
How do we get on that? I'm talking about you're talking about the election.
Yeah.
Okay, I apologize. Don't scoff at me, dude.
It's just, it's hard to take you seriously when you're arguing on paper. Donald Trump lost, and you don't understand, and don't care about the evidence. It's mind-boggling. You know, I'm asking you what 2 + 2 is. You're saying it's 5, right?
That's because you believe everything that's written, everything you read, and ignore a lot of things that you see with your own eyes. Would you not believe?
So as I just mentioned, this is not just things I read, although reading is actually really good for you and helpful. You should do it. This is coming from people that Donald Trump himself appointed. These are coming from his people. I don't know how that has any relevance to what we're talking about right now. This is pivot of the century, but I'm happy to accept the pivot because I understand that this is probably not a topic you're very well informed on either. But no, they weren't just misdemeanors that were, oh, look at him, he left. They weren't just misdemeanors that were turned into felonies. They were felonies. They never turned into felonies. That's not how charges work, barring an additional investigation that uncovered further evidence. It's very peculiar. He just straight up left. He just straight up ran. We've had 2 people just kind of run tonight. In fairness, the girl before him, I think, was just nervous, and whatever. I respect that. I respect that. I'm not. Andrew, thanks for the $1. I appreciate you. Adina, thanks for the $3. My car broke down on the highway today, and I've been anxious all day. Your live is helping me decompress. Thank you, Adina. I'm so sorry to hear that. I hope you're doing okay. I'm glad you're safe and you're in your house and able to just relax for a couple of minutes. That's terrible. Jessica, thanks for the $5. Thanks for being a strong young Dem voice in time when we need them the most. I'm trying, but I know you're on my side and you're fighting together, so it makes it worthwhile. Kendra, thanks for the $5. Your lives are my favorite TV show, and I need them recorded. I started my new job today, so I shouldn't stay up late to watch, LOL, but here's a little something before this melatonin kicks in. Kendra, please get some sleep, and congratulations on your new job. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for being here, and yes, please get some sleep. Please, please, please. Gabby, about the school, 20 cents about the school. It happened 2 years ago. Oh, gosh. Should read about it. They recorded our dean on a fake date. Oh, my God. That's terrible. Carly, thanks for the $1. Wild how the question his authoritarian vision on the anniversary of the January 6th insurrection. Yeah, seriously. Ali, thanks for the $1. I told my parents about us, by the way. I love how he says in a way that could be very concerning to feminism. Golly, Ali. Golly. Hold on now. And then Ashley, thanks for the $5 on PayPal sending support from Canada. I appreciate you all the way up north. The 51st state, according to Donald Trump. I mean, my God. All right, if you're MAGA, let me know in the chat. I'll bring you up. We can talk. And you can tell me why you're MAGA. And also drop a follow if you haven't already. We do these lives all of the time. And continue to double tap the screen. Let's try to get to 400,000 likes. You know the drill by now.
How's it going?
What's going on, Josh? How old are you?
I'm 19.
You vote for Donald Trump?
I did, yes.
Disaster. Just utter disaster. Utter disaster. Why'd you do that?
I like a lot of Trump's ideas.
Like what?
One of his ideas I really like is to send our military into Mexico and South America to take out the cartels.
So invade Mexico?
To take out the cartels, yes.
So we're invading an ally of ours?
Yes. I think their government is too corrupt to handle the cartels themselves. I know they did get a new president. Hopefully that will change things, but I think that's a good idea.
Would you say that Donald Trump is anti-war? Is that one of the reasons you voted for him? Yeah.
I wouldn't say that's one of the reasons I voted for him.
Well, it's one of the things he ran on. He was saying no war, no new wars.
I think he's better at deterring war, but I think he does that.
So just to be clear, the guy that's better at deterring war is the guy that's going to invade Mexico.
I don't think that would lead to a war.
Invading a country?
Yeah.
When has an invasion of a country not led to a broader conflict?
Well, we invaded Pakistan. Obama invaded Pakistan to take out Osama bin Laden.
I mean, please. That was, first of all, that wasn't an invasion of Pakistan. Like,
Well,
this
we
is
went
Donald
into
Trump like
Pakistan
going into
against their
Mexico.
consent to take out bin Laden. Do you think that was bad?
Well, first of all, there was cooperation in the region. First of all, not necessarily Pakistan, but with other countries. Second of all, this is not Donald Trump not just saying, hey, we're going to go have a special operation in Mexico, of which in that instance we would cooperate, exactly, and that wouldn't be an invasion. But Donald Trump, according to Rolling Stone, along with a number of other publications, are talking about how much, quote unquote, that's the words they used, how much to invade Mexico by. So this is not just a special operation.
It would be. It'd be an operation to take out cartels.
That's not what Donald Trump is thinking, though.
That's what.
So
what
you're interpreting this as like a special operation is not what Donald Trump is actually contemplating.
Trump has said we're going to take out cartels the same way we took out ISIS
with drone strikes. We're going to drone strike Mexico.
Special forces, yeah.
We're going to drone strike Mexico now.
SEAL Team 6 and stuff.
SEAL Team 6, and we're going to drone strike and SEAL Team and send in SEAL Team 6 to Mexico
to fight cartels. Yes.
Yeah, that sounds like a really bad idea, given the fact that one, Mexico is an ally of ours, and two, given that they're an ally of ours, we would want them to sign off on this. And if they don't sign off on this and we violate their sovereignty, that seems like to me could lead to broader issues in our cooperation and our relationship with Mexico. You know, they're one of our biggest trading partners, one of our best friends, and we also share intelligence with them when it comes to stuff like this. So the idea that we should just like invade Mexico, deploy SEAL Team 6, and Donald Trump again is considering how much to invade Mexico by seems like a really bad policy. Seems like there might be better ways that we can combat these bad groups than invading a country.
How do you think we should take out cartels?
Well, I think we can have, better border security like Kamala Harris was proposing, investing more in border patrol. We could also stop the mass manufacturing of weapons, firearms, because a lot of the firearms that the cartel has come from the United States because there's so many produced. So we could do things like that. Having them not armed is pretty great. Having further border security is pretty great. And then working closer with Mexico. And if Donald Trump's position was like, hey, let's, work closer with Mexico to combat these people. Great. No problem at all. But invading Mexico, golly, what a stupid thing.
Well, I think Mexico would let us do it. Because I really don't
think there's been so far no indication that they would let us do that.
They wouldn't have a choice, to be honest.
Yeah, so that's the bad part. That's how we get into like we shouldn't if Mexico is not willing to work with us on invading them, which they won't, we the United States shouldn't just take it upon ourselves and say, yeah, well, we're going to do this anyway. We're going to like encroach on your land.
Well, isn't that what we did with bin Laden?
No, not at all. No.
How is that not what we did?
Did we invade Pakistan?
Yes.
Did we like set up military bases as a result of the Osama bin Laden?
Pakistan did not want us going in there, and we went in anyways.
Well, actually, they didn't really say anything about it. We went in anyways. Did we like set down military bases? Did we establish our military there? Things like that? Because again, you're misinterpreting Trump's policies. Trump's policy is how much to invade Mexico by, not just a singular special operation.
Well, there's multiple cartels. It would probably take multiple operations.
It's multiple or singular, whatever it might be. There's a difference between like a military operation and invading. Trump is talking about invading. He's also talking about.
I believe that Trump said he would classify the cartels as terrorists, and that we would fight them the same way that we fight terrorists with our military.
Yeah, okay, so that would include like drone strikes. We're not drone striking Mexico. You're just asking for broader conflict. I mean, that's what you're asking for.
I'm asking to take out cartels that are unaliving people and are producing substance.
No, you're asking for broader conflict. I mean, yeah. Does anybody want these terrible groups to continue to exist? No. Does that mean we should drone strike Mexico? No, it does not mean that.
We should stop them from existing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm perfectly happy to work toward that goal. I think that's done through a multitude of ways. One of them is not invading the country, and one of them is not drone striking the country.
I think the country's government is too corrupt to take out the cartels themselves. I think they profit from the cartels.
I don't know. I mean, the Mexican government in recent years has set up checkpoints along highways coming into the United States to specifically check for people like this. So that doesn't sound like the government is all that. So then, okay, for example, so then we know that the what arms these cartels is American gun manufacturers. If one of your main policy beliefs is clamping down on cartels, are you then in favor of like limiting the amount of firearms that can be produced every year in the United States?
Limiting them? I think we should try to avoid them falling into cartel hands. I'm not sure exactly what policy would be most effective at that.
Right. So don't limit the firearms, but drone strike Mexico. Good. This is really well thought out. Yeah, I mean, look, the relationship between countries is complex. It's difficult. And the idea that we should just like ignore, international law, and a nation's sovereignty and just drone strike them is like actually batshit crazy. It's like a very simplistic understanding of the world.
I think that if nations are harboring criminals and that their government is either too corrupt or too incompetent to take them out ourselves, I think we should do it. So
should we just start drone striking every country?
I think countries that are harboring criminals that are committing crimes against Americans.
Yeah,
so same way we did in the Middle East.
Oh, so you're wait. Oh my God. So you're in favor of what we did in the Middle East?
I'm in favor of when we took out bin Laden.
And that's not what I'm asking, because that's obviously not the only thing we did in the Middle East.
I'm not in favor of everything we did.
Right. So what specifically are you not in favor of?
I think what we did in Afghanistan, I don't think helped.
Right. And remind me, what did we do in Afghanistan?
We tried to take control from the Taliban and install democracy.
What kind of methods did we use to combat the Taliban? More so in a modern context.
The military?
What specific part of the military?
What part of the military? I'm not sure.
Yeah. Like what specific military tactics did we use?
Against the Taliban? I'm not sure.
Drone strikes. You in favor of that?
Yeah.
You're in favor? Oh my God.
In terms of the Taliban, or just in general?
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, do you think drone strikes are just an effective method to go after people?
I think so.
Really? So, like the drone strikes in the cartel? Even though we understand that drone strikes have a high civilian casualty rate, we don't care about that?
I think it depends on the specific situation.
So, like, for example, when Donald Trump...
whether boots on the ground are more effective.
When Donald Trump utilized drone strikes in his presidency, civilian casualties went up dramatically, specifically in Afghanistan, 330% from 2016 onward. Is that okay? Does that make you comfortable?
The civilian casualties?
Yeah.
I think we should do everything we can to avoid civilian casualties.
That's not an answer. Because obviously, like, Donald Trump, the guy you voted for, has no concern for that. So
has no concern for civilian casualties?
Yes, precisely.
I don't think so. I think we do our best to avoid civilian casualties.
Really? Is that really? I mean, so 330% increase in civilian casualties in one country where he dropped the quote mother of all bombs. Changing the laws in 2019 to make it harder for us to track civilian casualties, or at least for that information to be released to the public. That doesn't seem like he cares about civilian casualties to me.
I think there's plenty of civilian casualties under Obama.
The numbers I'm talking about are increases from Obama. So if you're like, yeah, there were civilian casualties under Obama, that's 330% from 2016 onward.
I'm not sure specifically which military which intervention you're talking about, but
I'm just talking about generally across the board.
I think we should try to combat criminals and terrorists.
Yeah, so we do that. But drone striking Mexico and invading Mexico is not an effective way to do that. What's the benefit?
We don't have to. The benefit is taking out cartels.
And what about our relationship with Mexico?
I think it's more important to stop the cartels than it is if Mexico likes us.
That's utter nonsense. I mean, you're asking for a broader conflict. You're just asking for a broader conflict. You're saying fuck their sovereignty, fuck their country, because we have something that we want to do. There are plenty of bad people in different countries that we just don't launch drone strikes against, by the way.
Why is it different from what we did with bin Laden?
Because as I told you earlier, Donald Trump is not just thinking about like a special operation. Even a special operation in and of itself would not be something that we should be doing to an ally without their knowledge or cooperation. But also, Donald Trump is talking about how much to invade Mexico by, not just a special operation.
So you think that what we did with bin Laden was justified?
Yes.
That it was good?
Yes.
And the reason why it's not justified with Mexico is because
you understand that different countries have different relationships with us, and every instance is different. So, like, just because we're looking at something with the Middle East, and we had cooperation of different countries in the region already. Just because we had something like that, and that in and of itself is, in my view, and I think your view, justified, doesn't mean that drone striking Mexico with an intention of taking out bad people is also justified. Should we start drone striking Canada? Because there are bad people in Canada.
I don't think that Canada is as much of a threat as Mexico.
There are people that bring in illicit substances in those places from Canada. Do we start drone striking?
Canada has a cartel issue, and I think the Canadian government is much.
Hold on. You're just talking about bad people. Do we start bombing China? Because a lot of these drugs that come into the United States can originate from there.
China has much more power.
Oh. Okay. So, but wait, hold on. I thought, the violating of a country's sovereignty was okay as long as we're taking out bad people.
I'm saying that China could actually do stuff to stop us, and Mexico couldn't really.
Why couldn't Mexico use the missiles and military they have to hurt Americans? Why couldn't? Do you think it'd be justified if Mexico? Hold on. Do you think it'd be justified if Mexico launched a special military operation in the United States to take out people they perceive as bad people?
No.
Okay. Why is that not okay?
Because we take out our bad people our own because we're not corrupt.
Okay. So, what evidence do you have that Mexico's corrupt?
I mean, I've seen a lot about it. I can't give you a specific source off the top of my head.
Right. So you're just kind of making stuff up as you go, right?
You don't believe that Mexico's corrupt.
I have no evidence to suggest that I think the Mexico government is corrupt.
You don't
trying
think
to deal with cartels, like the Claudia Sheinbaum. I have no evidence to believe that she's corrupt when it comes to taking out the cartels.
I think that the new president, I don't know too much about her, but I think she's good. I'm glad that she got elected. And I'm hoping that there will be change.
That's great. I'm still waiting for evidence that they're corrupt when they're trying to take out the cartel. Your logic is just completely flawed. You're not in favor of drone striking Canada or China or other countries that have bad people in them that do bad things to the United States. But with Mexico, because they're weaker and you think they wouldn't retaliate, then it's okay. It's just it's total shit. This is just bad policy.
So I didn't fully understand why it's different from Pakistan. Could you explain that a little bit better?
So I've said this 5 times now, right? Donald Trump is not talking about just one singular special military operation. If it was a single operation,
it would be
He's talking about, but that's not what he's talking about. You can't just say, well, if he is doing this, that's not what he's talking about. He's talking about an invasion. He's talking about, quote, how much to invade Mexico by. That's Donald
Trump's
philosophy.
Understand your perspective. Do you believe that
I've said the same thing 5 times now.
I know, but I don't know what's. Do you think that the reason why it's wrong is because he wants to do a larger invasion, and that if he wanted to,
I don't think we should be invading allies.
So it's the reason why it was okay in Pakistan because Pakistan wasn't our ally.
No, even if Mexico wasn't an ally of the United States, I don't think we should be invading them. But just broadly on this topic, especially so, we shouldn't be invading allies. But even when it comes to countries that we're not allied with, just violating a country's sovereignty is asking for broader conflict, especially when that country in question helps the United States a lot. We have a good cooperation with them. But also just avoiding casualty is great. Not having the United States be involved in another conflict is great.
We didn't see that broader conflict with Pakistan. They didn't retaliate against us.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there was a point for Pakistan to retaliate against us. But if the United States is ourselves invading Mexico, taking Mexican land, again, as Donald Trump is proposing, that's a different story. I don't
think he's proposed to take land.
That we have reporting that Donald Trump is discussing how much to invade Mexico by. I feel like I'm we're saying the same thing over and over again.
What do you mean how much?
That's what they said.
How much money to spend? How much what? How many troops to send? How much of what?
How much to invade Mexico by? Meaning, how much of Mexico do they take?
I don't believe. I don't think Trump has suggested.
So we have plenty of reporting on this. But again, your entire philosophy or your entire argument here is based off of what you want Donald Trump to do, not what Donald Trump has said he's going to do, or at least what his senior advisors are talking about what he's going to do. This is also just not going to work. I'm sorry.
It won't work. Why?
I don't think that anybody in the United States government that's not named Donald Trump is going to be yeah, let's invade Mexico. It's just not coherent. It's not going to strengthen the relationship. It's going to make the relationship work and possibly lead to broader conflict.
I don't think that we should just do whatever Mexico says to preserve our relationship. I think we should use our power to
get them to start a war. Start a war.
I don't think that would start a war. No.
Why not? What happens if a Mexican civilian gets killed?
Would go to war with us.
What happens if a Mexican civilian gets killed?
What happened when Pakistani civilians got killed? What happened with
Did Pakistani civilians get killed in the raid of Osama bin Laden?
I don't think so. I'm not sure.
Okay, right. So they didn't, right? So what happens if, like, in one of these special operations, a Mexican civilian gets killed? Do you think Mexico's going to be okay with that? Do you think they're going to stand by?
I don't. What do you think they would do?
I don't think they would stand by and watch that happen.
Do you think they would go to war with the U.S.?
I don't know what would happen, but I wouldn't want to find out.
I mean, how many people have died from the cartels or got unalive?
Probably a lot of people. But again, you're not really for mitigating the cartels, right? Because we could mitigate the cartels by not producing as many weapons in the United States and like passing bills like Kamala Harris and Joe Biden proposed with an immigration proposal. But you voted for somebody who sank that bill. So like you obviously don't care about actually mitigating cartels. You just have like this weird militaristic fantasy of like bombing Mexico. So
I believe in taking out cartels that are causing problems. Is what I believe.
Yeah, I mean, but it's like we recognize that this is far more nuanced than, oh yeah, I just believe in like taking out cartels, right? It's not as easy as just, okay, well the cartel's gone and that's it. There's nothing else to think about, right? You just have this weird like dream of bombing Mexico when it doesn't apply equally. You don't have any other mitigation methods. Like you go straight to let's bomb them, as opposed to maybe there are other more effective methods that don't jeopardize our relationship with.
I think we should use multiple methods
to do that.
We could use many methods. We could increase border security. We could reduce weapons.
Great. So then, but then why did you vote for somebody who wanted to stop a bipartisan immigration bill?
Which immigration bill are you talking about?
The one that Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, along with Democratic and Republican senators, put forward.
Right before he got elected. Are you talking about?
No, it was in 2023. So this is not right before he got elected.
I don't know specifics about the bill you're talking about.
I'm very aware, but I'm very aware of that. Telling you that this bill, you can look it up. It's a bipartisan national security agreement on the border. And it included a lot of things like funding border security more, investing in border patrol, expanding immigration courts, things like that.
Well, most bills have many, many things in them.
Okay, so you don't know anything about this, so I wouldn't talk about it, because then I could just talk to you about how anything that was separate from immigration was actually already voted on and passed by Congress, and the only portion that was left is the immigration portion. So probably shouldn't speak on that if you don't know.
Trump ran on increasing border security.
Trump ran on mass deportation, which solves nothing.
And
matter of fact, mass deportation would just put a lot of these people in the country right now in the hands of the cartel.
I don't think I'm in favor of mass deportation.
Well, you voted for Donald Trump.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, there are other reasons why I voted for him.
Yeah, but
there are multiple.
I'm aware that there are other reasons that we voted for Donald Trump, because you want to bomb Mexico. But this is one of the main things that he ran on.
Can I ask you something?
Yes.
What is one thing that you like about Trump?
In terms of his personality, absolutely nothing. I think he's a reprehensible person. In terms of things he did as president the first time, I think Operation Warp Speed, which was development of the COVID vaccine, was good. In terms of policy that he's proposing this time, absolutely nothing.
There's not a single policy you like of his.
No.
So that makes you appear a little bit biased.
I'm 100% biased.
Like, yeah, but people always like make these accusations that you're funded by the DNC or whatever.
Yeah, those people are unintelligent.
Yeah, but I'm saying it makes you appear that way when you forgetting the word, when you hate every single one of Trump's policies. Most people like some of Trump's policies and like some of Kamala's policies. Can I ask you, what's one thing you didn't like about Kamala's policies?
There were no major policies she proposed that I disagreed with. I think there were like perhaps small things of small individual policy that I'd have to think about for a second, but there was nothing major that she proposed that I disagreed with.
So you like every one of Kamala's policies, and
in terms of the major policy that she was running on, yeah. What am I going to be against building more houses? Am I going to be against investing more in manufacturing? Am I going to be against expanding abortion access? Am I going to be against investing in fighting climate change? I mean, what are you hoping from me? I'm not against any of those things. I think all of those are great.
Some of the foreign policy, perhaps. I prefer.
No, I thought her foreign policy was pretty good.
I prefer Trump's foreign policy.
Okay, what do you prefer about his foreign policy?
He said he wants to stop aid to Palestine. I agree with that.
What? Why would we do that?
Because I don't think they deserve our money. We're giving them billions of dollars, and they're not even on our side.
So, so there's a bunch of like innocent people who are starving there, and they're like dehydrated and they're dying. And a lot of people have been displaced. So the Biden administration was like, hey, let's give them some humanitarian aid so all these people don't starve and die. Again, you're against that.
There's people starving all over the world. Why is that our responsibility as U.S. taxpayers?
It's a conflict that's relevant to the United States. And also, here. Just to be clear, when there's humanitarian disasters taking place in different parts of the world, the United States often does send aid to these places. There are, of course, people starving in every single country. There are, of course, people that are dehydrated in every single country. But when it comes to humanitarian disasters caused by a conflict, the United States often does help people.
But they're not on our side of the conflict.
Innocent Palestinians are not on our side or not on our side. They're innocent people.
Yeah, but couldn't we be getting something in return if we're giving them money?
What would we get in return? We're also not giving them money.
We're giving them lots of money and aid.
What is wrong with you? Do you think we're sending them bags of cash? No, we're sending them trucks full of aid, food, water, things like that.
Yeah, but they could be collaborating with us against Hamas.
I don't know how you expect a relationship like that to work. But again, this is for the benefit of the innocent Palestinian people. This is not for the benefit of the H group. There's no cooperation that these innocent people could provide to the United States directly in exchange for this. I also don't think that we should predicate food and water on assistance for the United States.
I'm saying that I think we should. I don't think we should be giving them money and getting nothing in return.
So okay, so you see a bunch of these people starving. The population in Gaza, I believe the number is around 50% is 18 or younger. 50% of those being children. You see these people, they're starving because of a conflict that has been funded by the United States and whatnot is really just horrible on both sides. You say, fuck them.
It's terrible. It's terrible that's happening, but there are people starving here that could use that money instead.
Is that caused by a humanitarian disaster?
I don't see how it's relevant.
I'm just asking, is it caused by a humanitarian disaster? Is it caused by war? Is it caused by the fact that like farms and sources of water and electricity have been bombed?
I mean,
it's impossible for these people to get food.
Hurricanes.
Are you kidding me? You can't compare a hurricane that impacts some parts of the country, which other parts of the country can make up for, to like Gaza having their water supply and a lot of their foods and virtually every hospital bombed, right? It's a smidge different, right?
But why are we responsible for that? Like as taxpayers, why is that our responsibility? Because
the United States takes a position that having morality on the world stage is good. Being moral and seeing people struggle. Typically, the United States says, yeah, I think it's better for world order and also just on a human level to support these people.
Well, then, do you believe we should be sending more money in aid then?
I think we should be meeting needs, right? I don't know if needs are being met in terms of what the United States is sending, but if the United States can provide more to make sure that like innocent kids are not starving, yeah, why not?
I think the United States is responsible for its own people. And I think the leaders of other countries are responsible for their people.
Yeah, this is the dumb person position that the United States is the only country that matters and fuck all the other countries. Only they are responsible for themselves. The only reason that the United States is strong is because we have allies that we work with. The world, if we are strong, if we are the only country that's strong and all these other countries are weak, we are not strong.
We work with them and we get things in return. We don't get nothing in return.
Why does it have to be transactional? Why can't we see a humanitarian crisis going on in Gaza and say, you know what, let's open up some routes for them to get humanitarian aid?
Because the money could be doing other things for Americans. It's our money.
Why can't we walk and chew gum at the same time? We're the wealthiest country in the world.
And I want to stay that way. I don't think we should just be giving all our money.
I can assure you that providing people in Gaza with humanitarian aid is not hindering our ability to remain the wealthiest country in the world.
Our hostages, American hostages, are being held in Gaza.
Yeah, and this aid is not going to the people that are holding those people.
But they're going to the people that they're being held amongst. They're being held amongst the civilians.
And those people are innocent bystanders in this.
Those tunnels and look for our
Come on. Bro, come on, man. Come on. You didn't just say that, dude.
That's not.
You didn't just say, can they just go look for our hostages, dude? Come on, man.
Our hostages are being held amongst them, and we're giving them money, and they're not doing anything.
Yeah. So innocent people in Gaza can't go through the very sophisticated tunnel system that Hamas is, or I should say H group has set up where a lot of these hostages are being held. And even if they could, they shouldn't. They're innocent bystanders. That would then make them a person involved in the war. They should not do that. No.
They're innocent. There's some innocent people who are going to have to do it, are going to go look for our hostages.
That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
Like the stupidest?
Yes, that has to be up there with one of the stupidest things I've heard in this live. And I really mean it. Having innocent people in Gaza go look for hostages in exchange for humanitarian aid so their children don't starve. Oh,
I think they should be on our side. And I don't think they're on our side. I think they're against us.
You're not understanding. These innocent people in Gaza are not the government. So you're saying they should be on our side.
They choose who to support.
Not really. Not really. They had elections a little bit ago, and they don't really have elections anymore.
And who did they elect?
At that time, they elected the H group. The last election that they had, they elected the H group. But even if you elect the H group, it doesn't mean that a 5-year-old kid should be starving.
I don't think that a 5-year-old kid...
Oh, thank God he got a phone call. Oh,
I didn't get a phone call. I'm here. It was just like the battery thing.
Just be quiet. Go ahead.
I don't think that anyone should be starving, but right. I think that if we choose to give our money to, I think we should give money to people that support us and not people who support the people we're fighting against.
Again, this is not a government. This is not a country that we're giving aid to. These are people, right? These are people. So there's no they support us or no, they don't support us. These are innocent people. Support for humanitarian aid going in is not, this person did this or this person did this, they shouldn't qualify for aid. If they're an innocent civilian, they should get some humanitarian aid.
There's not enough money to save everybody. We can't save everybody on the planet.
I'm not suggesting you save everybody, right? But this is a humanitarian conflict or humanitarian disaster that we, the United States, can benefit in some capacity. And as I've mentioned, there are plenty of humanitarian disasters taking place all around the world that the United States has funded in some capacity before. How do
we benefit?
Having a peaceful world, having a world where countries are not starving and dying is good for the United States. Mm-hmm. I also don't view this as like, how do we benefit? This should just be like, wow, we, the United States, have an abundance of wealth, which allows us to be able to help people in Gaza, for example. So we should do that.
I don't think it's our role to try and save everyone in the world.
We are the wealthiest country in the world. If we have the ability to, we should build up relationships with these other countries. And it's not even about building relationships in this instance. It's just about, making sure people don't die.
Yeah, but we're not going to be able to do that with everyone.
I'm not suggesting you do it with everyone. You're not going to save every person in the world that's struggling in every single country. Shout out everybody coming from pickles. You're not going to save every person from every single country in the world and every single disaster in the world and every single awful thing in the world, right? You're just not going to be able to do that. That's impossible. But in this instance, it is very possible. The United States has had an involvement in this, and we can walk and chew gum at the same time. We're the wealthiest country in the world.
I think there are better things we could spend our money on.
Oh, okay, great. Like tax cuts for the wealthy, like Donald Trump wants to do, or what? Or maybe buying Greenland and invading Panama?
I think tax cuts benefit everybody.
Tax cuts for the wealthy benefit everybody? Oh, yeah, I'm sure you're going to benefit when Jeff Bezos buys his second yacht. Good for you. You'll enjoy it.
Well, somebody built that yacht, right?
Yeah, that's not trickling down to you, buddy.
They benefit, and then they spend that money on someone else.
Yes, the people that design the luxury yachts are benefiting when Jeff Bezos buys a yacht from them. That's great.
And then those people go to the supermarket and buy food.
And how many people?
And then the people at the supermarket benefit.
Yeah, I mean, this is a complete misunderstanding of economics on a macro scale. The idea that, thank you, Emma, for the galaxy. The idea that you're just like trying to make this argument is absolutely fucking insane. Especially because the people that are like working on these ships and stuff like that are not getting paid all that much. And just because Jeff Bezos comes in and buys another yacht doesn't mean that the workers on the yacht are actually going to benefit from that.
Well, they have jobs.
Yeah, they have jobs. But do you think that like every time a wealthy person comes in and buys a yacht that somebody's building, they get a raise? That's fucking. I mean, it's okay, like does every time a cashier bags some things at the grocery store get a raise?
People wouldn't have jobs, right? If no wealthy people were buying yachts, those people wouldn't have jobs.
Yeah, but your argument is, if Jeff Bezos comes and buys a yacht, then they're going to the grocery store and they spend it and then it stimulates the economy. No, they're not getting a raise. They're not benefiting from Jeff Bezos buying a yacht. They're going to be working the same salary.
My benefit is when you create wealth in the economy, it benefits everybody. When one person gets wealthier, everybody gets wealthier.
That's not true. Do you have any data to back that up?
It's not a zero-sum game. That's how wealth
Do you have any
creation
data to
works.
back it up? Do you have any data to back it up?
I have logic to back it up.
So that's not data. You can justify a number of things. That's not data.
With logic, you can justify things that are logically
Hey,
true.
buddy, do you have any data?
I can give you the logical explanation of why it's true.
So just to be clear, that's no data?
No data? I mean, not off the top of my head, no.
Right. So exactly because the data doesn't fucking exist. There was a study out of the London School of Economics that looked at, what you're talking about is trickle-down economics, that looked at 50 years of trickle-down economics, 10 different countries. They compared countries that implemented trickle-down economics, meaning cutting taxes for the wealthy with the idea that it would stimulate economic growth and they would invest in more in their businesses and would go down to the workers, they'd get a raise, versus countries that didn't do that. Nothing changed for the better. Matter of fact, the wealthy people in the country with trickle-down economics just started hoarding their wealth more. Unemployment didn't go down. GDP stayed the same. Wages increased at a similar rate.
How are they hoarding their wealth?
So they just put more money in their bank account.
In their bank? Like they just keep it all in their bank account?
That's what hoarding their wealth means, yes?
Yeah, but the majority of wealth isn't in a bank account.
Okay, they put it in a stock. Whatever method they decide to hoard their wealth, they're keeping their wealth for themselves. They're not investing that more in their businesses.
Putting in a stock is literally investing it in their businesses.
They could have a stock buyback for the company that helps the company. Whatever method that they want to hoard wealth, whatever method that they want to hoard wealth, they go about doing.
I don't think that's
also investing in a stock is not necessarily, anyway, it doesn't matter. Investing in, and when we talk about investing in a business, we mean like investing in creating more jobs, not just like buying a stock.
You don't think buying a stock is good for the economy?
I don't think that buying a stock helps workers.
You don't think it's good for the economy?
I don't think that. No, I don't think that buying an individual stock of like Amazon is beneficial for the economy overall. I think it's minimal. But we're talking about like investing more in your people that work for your company. We're talking about what helps the people, because that's what the economy is made of, people, right? So in this study in the London School of Economics, they found no major reinvestment in the people that are like working at these companies.
I think their standard of living goes up.
Okay, so there's just no evidence to back that up. I'm asking for evidence. You can keep saying this or that or whatever. There's no evidence to back it up. So do you have anything to say other than I think, or can we get to data?
Let's say like Tesla.
No. Do you have any data? I'm not this whole like I think is annoying now. So do you have any data or not?
Any data? No, I didn't come here with a spreadsheet of data.
You don't have to have a spreadsheet. You can just have a study. You know how I just cited a study? Just do that.
No, I don't have a study on me.
Okay. So maybe you should make arguments if you don't have any evidence to back it up, right?
I'm making arguments based on logic, not based on
your logic is completely flawed because buying a stock doesn't stimulate the economy. It doesn't we're talking about what makes people's lives better, right? That's the whole goal. What makes people's lives better? Not trickle-down economics. There's no evidence to suggest that trickle-down economics works. And this whole talking point that you're pushing has been debunked so many times. You've been like bought into like wealthy people propaganda. What are you doing? Get out of it. Unless you're like a billionaire yourself.
Capitalist view of economics.
This is not a capitalist view. Reinvesting in businesses and like wanting to make lives better for workers is also pro-capitalism, right? But just saying, hey, let's give all the money to the wealthy is not just pro-capitalism, it's pro-oligarchy.
Investing in businesses is good for the economy is a capitalist view.
Mm-hmm.
Investing in companies is good for the economy.
That's what we're saying, that this view you're holding that, oh, let's just cut taxes for the wealthy doesn't actually lead to the wealthy investing more in their businesses.
It doesn't.
No.
What does it lead to?
Hoarding of wealth.
Just in their bank accounts.
Generally, whether they buy a house, they could buy a huge mansion in LA. Hoarding of wealth.
And then when they buy that mansion, who does the money go to?
All right, yeah, you just fuck off. Just get the fuck out of here. Yeah, right. Do me a favor. Get lost. It was my brother over there about to make the argument that buying a mansion stimulates the economy. Jesus, Haley, thanks for the $1. Hi, Harry. We're still waiting on a name for my snowball look-like puppy, but Katie says hello. She can't Venmo, but she could if she would. We all hope you're having a good night. Well, you tell Katie I said hi, and I hope you let me know when you name your puppy. Tanner, thanks for the $25. So Pickle and Harry's collab whenever. I appreciate the $25. Janice, thanks for the $2. Josh wants to withhold aid to Palestine because they're our ally, but wants to invade Mexico, our ally. Yeah. Angela, thanks for the $75. I appreciate that so much, Angela. Can we get some W's for Angela in the chat? My God, that's so incredibly kind. WU. Damn. Okay, Angela. Just started watching your content recently and I love it so much. Makes me feel less insane. Well, Angela, you're not insane. You're actually on the right side of history, even though it feels like all these other lunatics are on the opposite. But I appreciate it, Angela. Angela in the chat, at least at a minimum 75 W's for her. I appreciate you. Brian, thanks for the $10. I look forward to your live every night and admire your patience when talking to Maga. Keep it up. Thank you, Brian. I appreciate the $10 so very much. It's incredibly kind. Kate, thanks for the $5 as well. Thank you for always speaking and sticking to the truth. So much misinformation out there. I appreciate the authenticity, transparency, and advocacy. Well, Kate, I appreciate you being back here. I recognize you. You're always here supporting the live. Thank you. Abby, thanks for the $2 as well. Hey, Harry, first time donating. Thanks for all that you do in the political space. Well, Abby, thank you for being involved. It means a lot. And thank you for being here and supporting the live. You're amazing. Jen, thanks for the, Jennifer, thanks for the $20. Forgive my language, but what in the actual F? Maga, he has no new wars last term. Maga again. He should invade Mexico, Greenland, and Canada. Let's create new wars. I know. It's complete hypocrisy. It's crazy. It's actually crazy. Bry, thanks for the Bry. Thanks for the $1. Going to make some rainbow crop tops and say what a disaster. Put it on a shirt. Put it on a shirt. Emma, thanks for the $3. If I wasn't a lesbian, I'm sure you'd be my type. Emma, thank you, Emma. I appreciate that. Davina, thanks for the $2. Hey, Harry, thanks for all that you do. We need more voices like you. Love you. Davina, I love you too. Thank you for being here. Tyrone, thanks for the $5 on Cash App. Amanda, thank you for the $5. Thanks for all that you do to educate and entertain. Well, Amanda, thank you for being here. Joshua, thanks for the $5. Guess is fetishizing the military. It's so weird. It is incredibly strange. Michelle, thanks for the $10. You are such an inspiration. Much love to you. Likewise, Michelle, much love to you as well. Misha, thanks for the $5. Amazing live as always. Love you. Love you back, Misha. Thank you. Andre, thanks for the $1. Laughed at you. Winning. I appreciate that. Yeah. Mochi, thanks for the $1. Kayla thinks she's Blossom when she bubbles. I don't know what that means. I can't hold you. I don't know what that means. Alex, thanks for the $10, 72 cents, my man. Hey, Harry, me and my mom are huge fans from England. I'm 18 and never really knew what I wanted to do in the future, but you've inspired me to get into politics. I watched the US election so closely and stayed up to watch every night of the DNC. It's so sad how it all turned out. But I have hope for the future. We love your lives, and you're truly an amazing person. Well, Alex, thank you so much, man. All the way across the pond. That's remarkable. It's remarkable. By the way, if you're MAGA, let me know in the chat. I'll bring you up and we can talk, and you can tell me why you're MAGA. Very peculiar, very strange. Don't do that. Don't do that. Hold on. Let's see here. Mark TikTok. Saying he's MAGA. Sorry. Miriam, thanks for the 1 cent. Hey, Harry, I just found out that my best friend is moving away, but your live is cheering me up. I'm so sorry to hear that. That can be so difficult, Miriam. I hope you're doing okay. That's tough. Haley, thanks for the $5. They always say Trump says what he means, but tell us he says he didn't mean it that way. Right. It's the typical backtrack. Kayla, thanks for the $3. Christian thinks you're really smart and cute. Okay. Eric, thanks for the $5. Who needs facts? Not that guy. Haley, thanks for the $15 as well on PayPal. They love to forget Trump lost 2020 because the disdain for him was so high and he was so terrible. Exactly. Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, link in bio if you want to support the live. Also, drop a follow if you haven't already and double tap the screen. Let's try to get to 600,000 likes. All right. Mark, what's up, man?
Hey, how you doing, Harry?
I'm good. How are you?
Okay, I'm from West Virginia. Voted for Trump.
That's bad.
It's bad.
Not the West Virginia part, but the voting for Trump part, yeah.
Well, he beat her about 30% here in West Virginia.
Well, I know. West Virginia was not a swing state or a blue state for that matter. But yeah, just voting for Trump, you shouldn't do it even if he's going to win your state.
Well, the last time I voted for a Democrat, actually in the general, was the Obama twice. And then after what happened in 2016, I can't trust Democrats anymore.
What happened in 2016?
What they did to Bernie Sanders. And there's a lot of people out there, probably I think still upset about that, don't you think? Because don't you believe votes count?
This is such a tiring. It's so tiring.
I mean,
stuff like this.
we talk
So
about
wait, just to be clear.
Okay, so let's
think-
talk about January. I mean, can you when they had a debate on CNN and talking about that the DNC was rigged? Don't you think that's important to talk about?
Did Hillary Clinton get more votes than Bernie Sanders? Just votes, not delegates.
Yeah,
votes.
yes, but I mean, do
Okay.
you want me to play
so
the clip for you?
if
For
your
your
whole,
audience,
if your
would
whole
you
like
me to play the
wait,
clip?
you just said to me, don't you think the vote should count?
Yes.
So if Hillary Clinton got more votes than Bernie Sanders, and your philosophy is the vote should count, what are you upset about?
Well, it's what they did to Bernie Sanders. It's how they favored.
He lost?
It's how they favored Hillary over Bernie Sanders.
He lost. He just lost. Hillary Clinton got more votes.
Well, then why would they call it rigged? Why would
Who's
party-
they?
Huh?
Who's they?
Okay, you want to hear it?
That the primary was rigged against Bernie Sanders. Later the same day, you said you misspoke when you made those comments.
Who's this?
Okay, this is CNN. That was
Okay.
Chris Cuomo talking to Perez. Okay, 'cause I
Perez?
was a Democrat. Okay, and he asked him. Perez first came out and said he was rigged. Then he turned around and he tried to backtrack it and try to explain it. Where Cuomo wasn't getting nowhere with him, so he goes to the next guy.
Thank you. I was going to interrupt anyway. The point is,
Who's speaking?
not only was the primary rigged, it was also rigged all across the country because the DNC has
Who is
never
this?
allowed
Who is speaking right
outsiders
now?
or brand new people to rise through the ranks. It has always been
Hello?
an insider.
Can you, tell us who's
It's been that
speaking
way for
first,
a very,
please?
very long time. That is where that lack of trust has come into play.
Okay, so this is the debate.
Who's speaking?
Okay,
Who is that?
first it was Perez.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and this guy here is another guy who was running for the chair.
Okay, who is it?
Sam Roman.
Who's Sam Roman?
He was a guy running for the Ronan.
Yeah, who is that?
He was a guy that was running, but Perez got to end up with having the chair. And he ran the DNC.
Yep.
Okay, so this was out. Not Elizabeth Warren said it was. Now Bernie Sanders.
Wait. I'm so baffled, right? Because you could have 5 people, for example.
But it's not
you have a bunch of people in the
Republicans, it's
Republican.
Democrats then.
Just be quiet. You got a bunch of people in the Republican Party saying that the election wasn't fair in 2020, but it was. So you could there can be people that just reject reality and say, "Oh, it was this or that." It doesn't mean that they're right. Again, your whole argument coming in here was, "I don't trust what the Democrats did." Hillary just got more votes, and your whole thing was just count the votes. She got more votes.
Okay, so in 2020, they go to the first caucus. The first place they go is Iowa. Who won? Who won the caucus there?
In 2020?
Yeah.
I think it was Pete Buttigieg.
How long did it take to count the votes?
I don't know.
Weeks. Where was Biden at on that race?
Like 5th or 4th?
Yeah, it was like 4th or 5th. Yeah, it wasn't close. Next race, not even close either. Until they start making deals, and they stacked him up against Bernie Sanders.
No.
Okay.
Wait, what happened in South Carolina?
Why you pivoting to South Carolina?
Because you're talking about the early primary states. What happened in South Carolina? Who won that?
Okay, so South Carolina,
Hold on, time out.
drops out.
Who won South Carolina?
Biden wins. That's where he turns the tide. So they
he turned the tide, and the momentum was on his side.
so they can get everybody out of their way.
Who?
So they can try to mess up Bernie Sanders.
Wait. Nobody. It's not they. People just voted for Joe Biden in South Carolina.
I understand that.
Okay.
But you don't
momentum
see
is on
it
his
kinda
side.
funny that they
Anybody in
made
politics,
deals?
be quiet. Just be quiet. Everybody in politics, or anybody that's worth anything in politics, will recognize that momentum can be a huge factor in primaries. That's why people invest so much. Previously, when Iowa was the first state, so much in the Iowa caucus, because typically, or it's believed that if you get a good start of the Iowa caucus, people will see you in New Hampshire and other Democratic primary states and say, you know what, this guy has momentum. I'm really liking what I'm seeing, and you get a bunch of immediate attention, right? That's why it's so important. So when Joe Biden wins overwhelmingly in South Carolina, and he wins overwhelmingly with black people in South Carolina, a huge and crucial voting base for the Democratic Party, of course, that momentum translates into other states, and then Biden starts winning more primaries, and then people start to drop out because there's no path to the presidency, and they're going to endorse somebody that's most in line with them. When Pete Buttigieg drops out, is he endorsing Bernie Sanders? No, because Pete Buttigieg isn't anywhere near Bernie Sanders. He's closer to Biden, so Pete Buttigieg endorses Biden. When Kamala Harris drops out, who is she endorsing? She's not endorsing Bernie. She's going to endorse Biden. When all these different candidates who are closer to Biden are dropping out, I don't know why you think it's a conspiracy when they're endorsing the candidate that has views more similar to them. There's no conspiracy. You got to wake up. And if Bernie Sanders not getting a primary nod is a reason for you to vote for Donald Trump, then you aren't principled and have no values.
Well, okay. So who's better, Bernie Sanders or Trump, you think?
In terms of policy?
Well, yeah, who'd have been a better president, you think?
Bernie. Because Donald Trump is a complete disaster.
You think Bernie Sanders could have beat Trump? Because Kamala Harris didn't.
No, I don't think Bernie Sanders would beat Trump.
You don't think he would have? So now we have this time around. And I remember you saying that, matter of fact, I questioned you about Biden. You said he wasn't going to drop out. He was coming. I told you he was going to drop out, and he dropped out, okay? I also said he was going to pardon his son. No way you said he'd pardon his son, because Biden said he wouldn't pardon his son. Okay.
Yeah, so I said that before Donald Trump got elected, and then nominated Patel, who said he's going to go after his political opponents.
You knew that he was going to pardon his son from everybody knew that.
Nope, that's not true. That's completely false.
If it was my son, I would pardon him. I don't have a problem with him pardoning.
I think if Kamala Harris would have won, Joe Biden would not have pardoned his son.
Well, then Kamala Harris would have pardoned him. So I don't have no problem.
I'm not talking about what Kamala Harris would have or wouldn't have done, but we're talking about Joe Biden. You're saying, you said this about Joe Biden.
Okay,
Joe Biden
so what happens with Joe Biden? So he drops out of the race, so they don't have to go through a primary. So let me ask you a question. Do you think Kamala Harris would have won a primary with the flip-flop she made?
Primary in the Democratic Party in 2024?
Yes.
Yes.
With the same flip-flops?
Her evolution on issues, it's not a flip-flop, it's an evolution.
Okay, evolution.
Yes, I think she would have won, yes.
So with drilling and fracking and all that stuff would have been fine with the people in the party?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yes.
If the other ones would have came out and said,
you know why? Because she was the vice president of the United States. She's next in line for the presidency. Like you see the polling in the Democratic Party following Biden dropping out. The overwhelming majority of the Democratic Party wanted it to be Kamala Harris. So would she have won? Yes.
Okay. Well, I mean, we're never going to know that. It's because it didn't have a primary. We're never going to know. I mean, you can say it. You can say it. That's not fact. We'll never know. Only thing we know is just Trump won. Period. Right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, and if he's going to be terrible,
so just can you just get off of this for a second? Can you just make something make sense for me? You're like a Bernie guy, and then you voted for Donald Trump.
I was a Bernie guy. I voted for Trump.
Did you vote for Bernie in the 2020 primary?
Did I vote for Bernie in the primary? I didn't vote. I didn't vote in the primary.
Okay, so you want, but did you want Bernie in 2020?
Now. What's that?
Do you want Bernie in 2020?
I think of all the people that we have, he's the most honest person we have.
Excuse me, riddle me this: how the fuck do you support Bernie Sanders' policies, but then vote for Donald Trump?
I told you, I'm in West Virginia. He won.
That does not answer my question.
30%.
That doesn't answer my question.
Well,
you're still a voter. You're still a voter. I don't care.
Because I tell you why. Because I didn't talk shit on Biden, okay, and I'm not going to talk shit on Trump unless he really does something bad, okay. He's going to be our president, and we have to try to get along, don't you think?
That doesn't answer my question.
Okay.
How could you possibly be like, yeah, I like Bernie and vote for Donald Trump? They are two totally different people in terms of policy.
Yep.
So how does that make any sense?
Because
do you have any principles or what?
Because Kamala Harris really never told us who she was. I mean, she didn't go out, and she didn't. When she asked a question, she went through her planned speech on every question she had. She would talk about how she grew up or this or that.
It's not true.
Well, the first debate question with Trump, she said that. Even though
she brings up her upbringing when she was talking about the economy.
Wanted to know if we're better off now than we were 4 years ago. She didn't answer.
We are better off
yes or
now.
No. That was a yes or no question.
Yes, we are. No, it's not a yes or no question.
So she should have said yes.
It's not a yes or no question. It's a far more nuanced and complicated question, given things that have transpired in recent years. A pandemic, high inflation caused by the pandemic, high gas prices caused by the pandemic. It's a nuanced question. In many ways, the overwhelming majority of ways, we are better right now than we were 4 years ago. But
Okay,
it's nuanced,
so you brought up
and it requires explanation.
Yeah, you brought up Cash Patel, and that's why Biden wanted to pardon his son. And I got no problem with him pardoning his son at all. No problem whatsoever. But do you think there's any people inside the CIA that's against Trump?
Are there people? Well, first of all, he's not being appointed to run the CIA. He's being appointed to run the FBI.
Okay, is there anybody inside the FBI? Intelligence groups?
Do I think that there are people in the FBI that don't like Trump?
That would try to sabotage him. Okay.
No, not trying to sabotage him. Do I think that there are people in the FBI that don't like Biden? Yeah. Do I think that there are people in the military that don't like Trump? Yeah. Do I think that there are people in the military that don't like Biden? Absolutely. Okay. So in all these agencies, you're not going to have a bunch of people that just support the president, and you shouldn't. Okay. Right? So of course there's going to be people that disagree. I don't know what that.
So don't you think Trump needs to put people around him he can trust?
So just to be clear, the guy that's currently leading the FBI is somebody that Donald Trump appointed.
Okay, but Donald Trump was asked to. He was given really two choices. Okay, the first one was Mueller. Okay, and then second one he didn't want him, and he interviewed Wray. He gave it to Wray, and then they turned Mueller against him as a prosecutor against him. It was Rod Rosenstein, I think, that brought
turn him against him. They appointed him to be a special counsel to investigate something.
Yes, so that's what it was. So Trump.
But just to be clear, that's not turning him against him. That's just like.
Okay. So let me just play this clip over here. This is what Chuck Schumer says.
To the intelligence community.
You take on the intelligence community, they have 6 ways from Sunday at getting back at you. So even for a practical, supposedly hard-nosed businessman, he's being really dumb to do this.
What do you think the intelligence community would do if they were motivated?
I don't know, but from what I am told, they are very upset with how he has treated them and talked about them.
Now, he said from what he was told, so that means he was in contact with them.
What's the question?
It was about.
I'm sorry. I'm not going to answer a question about a clip that I hear like half of.
Well, he was talking about the intelligence group and about the way Trump was talking.
My position stands. I'm not going to answer a question about a clip I hear half of. So you can play the whole clip. I'm happy to talk about the clip.
Okay, let's go. This is Rachel Maddow.
Yep.
Haunting to the intelligence community.
You take on the intelligence.
No. The full thing.
This was his tweet just a little while ago tonight. You see the scare quotes there. The intelligence briefing on so-called Russian hacking was delayed until Friday. Perhaps more time needed to build a case. Very strange. We're actually told, intelligence sources tell NBC News since this tweet has been posted, that actually this intelligence briefing for the president-elect was always planned for Friday and hasn't been delayed. Okay. But he's taking these shots, this antagonism, this taunting to the intelligence community.
You take on the intelligence community, they have 6 ways from Sunday at getting back at you. So even for a practical, supposedly hard-nosed businessman, he's being really dumb to do this.
What do you think the intelligence community would do if they were motivated?
I don't know, but from what I am told, they are very upset with how he has treated them and talked about them. And
okay. Well, I mean, what else do you have to hear? Huh?
Keep playing.
We need the intelligence community. We don't know what's going on. Look at the Russian hacking.
Yeah.
Without the intelligence community, we wouldn't have discovered it.
Do you think he has an agenda to try to dismantle parts of the intelligence community? I mean, this form of taunting, hostility.
Whether you're a super liberal Democrat or a very conservative Republican, you should be against dismantling the intelligence community.
And he didn't dismantle them, but he'd like to put his people in place, right?
He's put his people in place before.
Well, I mean, so Cash Patel, that's the pick he wants, right? And you're against that pick, right?
Yeah.
And I can understand why, because of the things he said.
Yeah.
And I understand. Oh God, Kerry, I got no problem. I can't debate.
He also referred to Donald Trump as a king in a children's book he wrote.
Well, I understand that.
And anybody that's worked with Donald Trump has talked about like his unrivaled loyalty to Trump and only Trump.
Right.
You think that's bad for like an FBI director to have?
Well, I say,
No, don't.
like I said,
You know what?
it doesn't
I gotta
sound.
be honest.
It doesn't sound good. But maybe he changed his ways too. Maybe
Do you have any
found-
evidence that he changed his ways? Because he said
No,
this
but I
incredibly
have no-
recently and wrote this book recently.
Well, I mean, that's like Kamala Harris. Then she changed her ways. Or her
Just to
ways.
be, I mean, Kamala Harris changed her position on policy when it comes to like fracking. This is somebody saying he wants to prosecute his political opponents in like 2023 on Steve Bannon's show.
Okay, so you was talking. Okay, well, Cash Patel's probably bad. Okay, so you was talking.
You voted for it.
I didn't vote for Cash Patel.
You voted for Donald Trump knowing damn well that he's going to put lunatics like Cash Patel in there. Cash Patel was around before Donald Trump ran in 2024. We knew about that guy.
Can you name the top six? Or can you name 6 people out of Biden's cabinet right now?
6 people out of his cabinet?
Yeah.
Just like generally?
Yeah.
Like in administration positions or like advisors as well?
The main 15 or whatever.
Well, I mean, who do you classify as main? Because I'd classify like Jake Sullivan as main, but he's not part of the administration. I'd classify Herbie as main. He's not part of the administration. I'd classify, I guess, Karine Jean-Pierre as part of the administration. I'd say Secretary Blinken, Secretary Austin,
That's okay.
Grisham, Secretary Grisham.
Well, I mean, you had
Attorney General Merrick Garland.
Yeah, there you go. There's one. There's one of them. Okay, that's fine.
Is Secretary Blinken not one of them?
Blinken's one, but you had Mayorkas
and Secretary Austin and Secretary Grisham.
Yeah, there you go. You do better than most. Yes, most people can't. You forgot
Pete Buttigieg, Transportation Secretary,
right? But you forgot who?
Who are you referencing?
Vice President.
You're talking about administration positions. If you want me to factor in obviously, if you want us to factor in the vice president, obviously Kamala Harris is part of the administration.
Okay.
That's why I was asking who you're referencing. Are you talking about like the cabinet or what?
So Biden's against dark money, right?
What the fuck does this have to do with what we're talking about?
I just want to ask you a couple of questions about dark money now.
Okay, what about dark money?
Is he against dark money or not?
I don't know what his position on dark money is. I haven't heard him talk about it.
Well, he's talked about dark money.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know what he said about it.
And I've heard you before talk about.
God, you guys are really annoying.
I'll give you. Don't be annoying because don't crash out on me now. Come here.
No, you're just annoying.
Harry. I like you, buddy.
You're just being annoying. You're just being. Annoying.
No, I just want to ask some questions because I listen to you. I'm a fan of yours. I think you do a great job. I think you got a chance to do something.
I'm sorry. But when you're coming in here and you're saying like Bernie Sanders was rigged out of the primary, it's like it's very hard
I'm
to
saying what Elizabeth Warren said. I'm saying what other people have said.
I don't care. I don't care. Like Elizabeth Warren is not flawless. She's not always right. I don't know what Elizabeth Warren said. I don't know what Tom Perez said. I don't know what any of these people said. But just because they said something doesn't mean that it's something worthwhile of conversation. Like people are wrong. Elizabeth Warren, if she said that, is wrong. Tom Perez is wrong. They are wrong 100%. So I just hate the conspiracies. That's why I'm so sick of this shit. When I have people coming up here telling me they want to bomb Mexico, that the rigged primary and this or that. Oh my God.
Okay, that guy said about bombing Mexico. He wasn't talking about Mexico. He was talking about the bad people there, right?
Where do they reside?
They're inside Mexico.
Okay, so we're bombing Mexico.
Okay, so did we bomb Kabul after we left Afghanistan?
Where's Kabul located?
It's by the airport there.
In what country?
In Afghanistan.
Okay, so if we bomb a location in a country, I would definitely classify that as bombing that country, yes.
Okay, and who did we unalive when we did that?
I don't know.
How about 10 family members, including like 7 children? That had nothing to do with...
Wait. You're talking about a failure of U.S. intelligence where we thought that this car was loaded with explosives on the way to Kabul airport, but it wasn't. It was a family. Yes, yes.
Was that bad?
Was like
was
10
that
people.
Bad?
Yes.
So when somebody asks you a question,
that's
something Biden did wrong, I think I would mention that.
That's bad. I want to be like, it was bad, but Biden was given faulty intelligence. So like, it wasn't like Biden's like, let's take out an innocent group of people, but
it's his people, right?
Yes, I'm not.
That's
I'm not
the people
saying
he's
that,
got around him.
I'm not saying that something bad didn't happen. I'm just saying that like Biden wasn't sitting there saying, let's just bomb a bad, group of people.
So when you're asked a question, what do you disagree with Biden? He's done wrong or whatever. I think you should add that to it.
I think you should stop being a conspiracy theorist, but noted.
It's not a conspiracy.
No, I'm not referencing that. I'm referencing you thinking the DNC primary is rigged.
Oh, I'm just going by what happened to the DNC night and what happened to the one girl that worked for CNN was given Hillary Clinton at least 2 questions. Okay. So my other question here.
I hate to break it to you. She just got more votes, bud.
She got, I understand that.
Okay.
But there's a way to get votes. Okay.
Yeah. And somebody giving her questions for one debate is not rigging the primary, my man.
Okay. So you're for women's rights, right?
Yes.
Okay. And you do pretty good on this site because there was $4.5 million was flowed into PACs, right? Dark money that was given out to influencers. And it's on both sides. It's not just on one side, but it's on both sides. And I'm hoping they have a hearing on it because they had hearings before about dark money for other things. But I think they should have hearings out here because you don't know if you got money from Russia or who you got money from. Because I hope you. I mean, you're getting names, but do you know who it's actually coming from?
What are you talking about?
Okay, when you get these donations, do you know where it comes from?
Do you mean on the live?
Yeah.
Are you asking me, do I think that are Russians donating to me?
No, I asked you, do you know where it's all coming from?
No,
because
I don't know these people.
Because it happened to the people on the right. Okay.
Yeah, no, I don't know where people are donating from on
Okay, so you're for women's rights. Can you right now, in front of your people, donate $10,000 to Planned Parenthood?
Do you think I have $10,000 to just donate?
Oh, Harry, I'm pretty sure you got 10 grand.
I don't know if you know this, but living in New York City is fucking expensive.
Okay.
I also don't do charity for show. I don't disclose what charity I do. So donating $10,000 on live would be great, but I think that's more performative.
But I would, like I said, I would think if
it's so peculiar. This is why you're pissing me off right now. What a stupid thing to say. What are you doing?
Stupid? No, I'm just telling you. We're for women's right? And you're for Planned Parenthood.
Yep.
So why don't you donate? Because you could donate all you want to.
I donate to Planned Parenthood, but I'm not disclosing what charity I do privately. It's private.
Can you? Well, can you do it right now? Someone just gave you about $75. Can you donate that?
I'm happy to donate to Planned Parenthood for sure. But again, I'm not
in front of everybody.
Hold on. I'm not doing it publicly. I don't do charity publicly. It's just a philosophy, man. I don't do charity publicly. I'll happy to donate in private, but I don't do it. For the most part, publicly.
Okay.
Are you for women's rights?
I'm for women's rights, and honestly, I didn't vote for Trump. I voted for Bernie Sanders.
Okay.
I wanted to be able
why don't you donate $10,000 to Planned Parenthood right now?
Huh? I do give money to Planned Parenthood.
So why don't you donate $10,000 right now?
Well, I mean, I gave money to Planned Parenthood. I'm $10,000.
Yeah,
I can do it. I can do it, but I'm not. I'm not going to give them 10 grand because there's plenty of money coming in.
Why not?
Why not? Because I'm not going to give him 10 grand because I'm not sitting here making money on a website. Now, if I was making money on a website,
making money on a website? What does that have to do with anything? What does that have to do with you making your money?
Well,
so why don't you donate to Planned Parenthood right now? $10,000.
I tell you what, you do it.
Kind of a weird request for me to make to you, right? A little bit.
You do it. I would do it.
No.
No, seriously.
Hold on. This is not my philosophy that people on live should be asked to donate to Planned Parenthood. So you do it right now.
I'm calling you out. Let's do it right now.
No. This is not a you do it, I do it. You were making the claim to me that I should donate $10,000 to Planned Parenthood.
Yeah, because
I
said,
which is a very peculiar thing to say to a stranger. By the way, this is first of all, I'm not your friend. This is a very peculiar thing to say to a stranger. I don't know you. You don't know me. So I don't go up to strangers asking them to donate thousands of dollars to a charity, even if it's a good charity.
Harry,
but if you're gonna, I'm sorry. I'm done with you. I'm sorry.
Okay, Harry.
You be good. I'm done with you. I'm sorry. Kira, thanks for the $5. Literally makes my night every time I see your face. Keep being you. Kira, oh my God, Kira's so amazing. I appreciate you. Katie, thanks for the $1. Thoughts on Elon? Not a fan. Killer, thanks for the $4. Always torture when you're off some nights. I appreciate that. No, killer. Chrissy, thanks for the $2. Harry, your patience deserves a medal. Thank you so much, Chrissy. I appreciate you. Amber, thanks for the $10. Today's a sad day, but we've got this. Trying to find the joy and ready for the fight. I'm still your future chief of staff. Damn right, Amber. We're ready for the fight. Callie, thanks for the $5. Love the lives. Starting my first I can't read, Callie. Starting my first post-grad job in tax accounting tomorrow. Wish me luck. Callie, I wish you the best of luck. You're going to do so amazing. I hope you know that. You're going to do fucking fantastic. And I have complete and total faith in you. Good work, Callie. Jennifer, thanks for the $1. Read to self. I understand. Tanner, thanks for the $2. I appreciate you. Ainsley, thanks for the 98 cents. This is all I can really donate, but I watch your lives all the time. I just want to say thank you for all that you do. Ainsley, you just being here means a lot. I appreciate you so much for supporting and being in the live. Haley, thanks for the $1.11. Maga lives in so much delusion. It must be so relaxing to not think critically. I have the famous saying that I think applies to Maga. Ignorance is bliss. They really do live in that. They live and die by that phrase. Quincy, thanks for the $50. My man, I appreciate you. Hey, Harry, first time donating. I get so excited for your lives every night. Also, did you invent airplanes? Because you seem right for me. You know, the Wright brothers. That was a pretty good one, Quincy. I like that. I can't even hold you. That's a pretty good one. I appreciate the $50. W for Quincy in the chat. Please show some love. That's incredibly kind. W for Quincy. Look at that. Oh my God. I've debated this person, I think, a long time ago. I'm not 100% sure. Our conversation.
Hey, Harry.
Be quiet. Cece, thanks for the $2. I love watching your lives because I often find myself questioning. Yes. Questioning my intelligence, but these guests really do help me realize that I'm pretty smart. Bless you for your patience. You are smart, Cece. Like smarter than these people. I can assure you that much. Blake, thanks for the $2 from Charlotte, North Carolina, not Russia. Yeah, well, I don't know. I guess I'm getting dark money from Russia now. Andrew, thanks for the $2 from a Russian bot clearly trying to influence you. Definitely. 100% Andrew. I totally agree. Taylor, thanks for the $2. Dark money for you. I appreciate you, Taylor. Good to see you again. Steven, thanks for the $10. $10,000 for Planned Parenthood. What a peculiar request. Jaden, thanks for the $2. Hi, Harry. I hope you're having an amazing week. You always make my nights better. Thank you so much. That's so kind. Please don't read out loud. No way. That's actually really cool, Jaden. I didn't know that. Yeah, I will definitely let you know. Leah, thanks for the $1. Donated many times and I'll never stop. Well, apparently everybody's Russian now. Nick, thanks for the $3. Thoughts on H3? I don't really watch his stuff all that often, so I can't really give an opinion. Mary, thanks for the $1 from Love with Russia. There you go. Christian, thanks for the $20. Kayla thinks your eyebrows are pretty. Tell Kayla I said thank you. Hoyt, thanks for the $1. I can't believe I voted for Trump. Thanks. Teach me. Well, next time you'll get him, buddy. Allison, thanks for the $2. Been watching you a bit. Just saying thanks. Allison, I appreciate you. Thank you to you too. You're very kind. Gabrielle, thanks for the $1. Simba Supremacy. And Mary, thanks for the $5.
Money coming through.
School teacher for Josh. Just be quiet, please. And Daisy, thanks for the $1. Send this to Planned Parenthood. I'll pass it on. Alex, thanks for the $1, my man. Listening to you distract myself from the pain of heads flare up. I'm not 100% sure what that is, but hope you're feeling better. Layla, thanks for the $5 as well. Haley named the puppy. Oh, that's adorable. And Jackson, thanks for the 24 cents. Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, and the link in the bio if you want to support the live. Drop a follow if you haven't already. Double tap the screen. Let's try to get to 800,000 likes. All right. What do you want?
That was a lot of dark money. I'm joking when I say that. I don't understand what he was talking about with the dark money. Not going to lie.
Just 63 cents a day. You're helping kids just like me.
Like, where did that come from? The dark money thing, where did that come from?
So why did you vote for Donald Trump?
Okay. Why did I vote for Donald Trump? I just, honestly, I voted for him back in 2020. I voted for him in 2016. And life was better in his 4 years, maybe not 2020, but before that, it was better. It was better for all of us.
Okay, how is it better?
How was it better back then?
Yeah.
I mean, the economy is king. I mean, that's the biggest thing.
Okay, so hold on. I gotta put up my hood, man. I'm so sick of these people, bro. I'm just gonna hide.
Go ahead.
Okay, so what did he do to make the economy better?
Well, one of the biggest things I liked was this child tax credit.
Oh, you like the child tax credit? Why would you vote for Donald Trump then if you like the child tax credit? Kamala Harris wanted to make it $6,000 a year for the.
Yeah, but how did she want it? How did she want to do it? What did she propose? How did she do? What's she going to do?
Tax refunds.
Tax refunds for who?
For people who apply or people who qualify.
You had qualify or apply?
Qualify and apply.
So how do you?
Well, I should say no. It's not actually an application. It's people who just qualify.
Yeah, it's not an application.
Right.
So
just qualify.
Okay, so you think that's going to go? Like he's not going to do it again?
No, I think Kamala Harris would have done more.
His child tax credit was higher than Obama's.
Well, yeah, because as time evolves and inflation goes up, yeah, it needs to be higher naturally. What was this child tax credit again? What's the number?
4,200, I believe, or 48, something like that.
And in what policy was this?
The name of it?
Yeah, what was this included in?
Now get up to a $2 million.
Also, can you mute the TV in the background? I don't need to hear Fox News.
It's not Fox News. It's Select Quote.
It's probably Fox News.
No, it's not. It's actually ESPN, but okay.
It probably is. Probably Fox.
It's probably. Okay, you're always right.
Thank you for
actually, now it's actually for a Gamblers Anonymous. That's kind of funny.
Don't need a commentary.
Well, you're going to get it anyway.
Hold on, I'm not listening to you.
Okay, so what you asked me what the name... Oh, can you hear me now?
Yep.
So the name of the policy... Is it what you're asking for? It's a child tax
Sorry,
credit.
I'm fucking around now. Sorry, yeah, go ahead. What?
I'll wait.
Go ahead.
You asked me what the name of the child tax credit was?
Yeah, like what policy was it included in?
Was it the Fair Tax Act?
The Fair Tax Act?
Yeah.
The Fair Tax Act. When was that passed?
I don't know.
You don't know? It's a Fair Tax Act of 2022 to 2023. What are you talking about? The Fair Tax Act.
The American Rescue Plan.
You just fucking say the American Rescue Plan?
Yeah, Obama's plan.
When was the American Rescue Plan passed? When was it passed? It's super easy.
I think it's 1995, 1997, something like that.
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah, the American Rescue Plan, the most recent American Rescue Plan?
Yeah.
2021. Under Joe fucking Biden. Do me a favor, just get the hell out of my life.
He extended
just
it.
Get out. Get out. No. Get out. Get out. Tanya, thanks for the 5 cents. Your patience is truly unmatched. Tanya, I got to be honest. I don't think I have much patience tonight, but I appreciate you. Quincy, thanks for the $10. I just like hearing you say my name. Also, you should make shirts saying "simpin' for sissin'." I don't think I can make a shirt that says that. I can't hold you. I can't do that. I can't do that. Katie, thanks for the $3. I'm a law student. My goal is to help prevent idiots from destroying our country. I love your lives. You make my night. I don't know how you have the patience to deal with these people. You need to start a super PAC. I'm from Arizona, so love you all. Yeah, I would. I don't know. I don't, to be honest. I don't deal with these people well. Brian, thanks for the $5. Hey, Harry, it's now been a little over a year that I've been watching you. Thank you so much. I'll always be supporting you and continue to watch every night. You would make an amazing president. I genuinely mean it. Dark money from Madagascar Pentagon. Right. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Dark money Pentagon. I like that. Mariah, thanks for the $1. Hey, Harry, I just want to say thank you for bettering my nights and love you. P.S. Don't read out loud. Wow, I'm so sorry, Mariah. That's incredibly sad. I'm so sorry. If there's anything I can do to help you, please let me know. Please let me know. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. I'm so sorry to hear that. Nicolette, thanks for I can't read that out loud. Jill, thanks for the $5 for Planned Parenthood. There you go, Jill. I like it. Kim, thanks for the $10 as well. Hi, Harry. My name is Kim, but it's Mickey on TikTok. Thanks for all that you do. I want you to date my daughter. I appreciate that, Kim. Thanks for being here. You're very kind. Leah, thanks for the $1 saying 1997 was insane. It's Jordan, thanks for the $5. He just sent me Russian and then put JK at the end. I can't read that Russian. Perhaps Trump would be able to. I know he's familiar. Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, and the link in the bio. If you want to support the live, I'm going to go get more water in a second. Look at this guy. Look at this guy right here. This guy. I see a guy I'm going to put in a second. I'll be back. I'm going to get more water. Give me 1 second. All right, we're back. Hold on. I saw my cat. I started petting him. I apologize. Took me a little bit longer than expected, but cat needed to be pet. Simba, it is, for those who keep track of the cats. For those who follow the second page, y'all know the cats, man. Y'all know the cats. Anyway, if you're MAGA, let me know in the chat. I'll bring you up, and we can talk. All right. Where is this person that I was looking? Oh, this guy. Well, I pressed the wrong person, but that's fine. That's fine. I think the guy that was saying I was scared of him, where was that guy? I don't know if he's in the box. Let me see if I don't know if that guy's in the box still. There was a guy that was like, oh, you're scared. So I wanted to bring him up because perhaps that individual needs to learn something. Perhaps. I don't know. I don't think this guy's here. So we'll bring up Kyle. That guy's not in the box. Cass? Yeah. Okay, Cass. Yeah. Cass. Well, he's not in the box, so I don't know what this guy was yapping about being scared. He's not here. I can't bring him up. What a damn shame. Well, anyway, if you're MAGA, look at this guy. Country Music Central. 2 followers, 11 following. Hello? Okay, goodbye. Joji says, pick me. All right, MAGA. Let's bring him up. Let's bring this guy up. All right, you guys MAGA?
I'm not, but I have a question.
Oh, thank God. All right, what's up? What's your question?
Well, I just kind of have a common sense grasp on this, and so it's really hard not having all the details like you do, trying to talk to people that I care about and that I don't want to cut off, but I don't have all the details and all the super I can't come back with exactly why they're wrong, but I don't know, do you have any advice on how to get through to people that I actually care about?
On just Trump being bad?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the topic and depends on the person you're talking to, but I think it's really helpful to if you're really trying to convince somebody you love, it's really helpful to find some common ground first, saying okay, I don't know, we both agree that the military or veterans should get funding and expanded healthcare. You say, yeah, of course, and then kind of go from there as okay, well, this is what Joe Biden and Kamala Harris did to do just that, and then what I'm saying, lay an established foundation of okay, we both agree. And it makes them think that, maybe there's some common ground here, and then go into a broader conversation about how Biden actually, or the Democrat or whoever you're supporting, actually helped on that issue, and the person that they're supporting didn't help on that issue. But that obviously requires some specific detail. So if you're talking broadly, without specific detail, I think you know, when if it's somebody you love, like I think making even emotional appeal to them. So saying like something like my reproductive rights are on the line or my future's on the line or something like that. I think that gets people to listen. But again, it's very circumstantial. It's hard.
Right. It's so sad that like it doesn't. And it's so sad that like the like fact that he's like a sexual abuser, like, nope, that doesn't do it. Like it has to be like super, like I would have to convince them like you are like really super deep economy stuff. And I'm like, it's not even that deep. Like you don't even have to go that far to get that far. But like, that's what I like have to do. So I guess.
Yeah. Well, I mean, good luck to you with these. I don't know how crazy these people are, but you know,
it's sad because too, like the like people are like genuinely like very brainwashed, and it's sad for me to see because like people don't like check and don't like, you know, like just don't. It's just like, you know, like it's sad because like, and I have got through to some of my family members just telling them like, how does this make sense to you to deport everyone? Like, how does that make sense if you're worried about the deficit? Like, and like you're worried about, you know, like, oh, you want to make jobs here and you want to make product here, but we have no infrastructure to do that. Like, it's like, so, you know, in some ways I can appeal to them, but I think I just need more like, more like I guess I have to study more so I can teach them more, but it's just, you know, exhausting. But I mean, I imagine how exhausting it is for you.
I mean, it is exhausting, so I understand. And like, it's especially exhausting when you're like trying to emphasize this stuff, and it is very basic. It seems very basic. Like, yeah, he's a felon, he assaults women and stuff like that, and they just don't get it.
Right.
Because, you know, I will warn you, I think like possibly some of these people are just like what I would call lost causes.
Yeah.
They're just too far gone.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Good luck if you try, if you continue to try.
Well, hey, I mean, I literally I'm so like happy to hear you like teaching people and like, you know, some people actually listening, whether or not they're like being annoying about it, like they have, you know, they're kind of being forced to listen. Like it's so happy. So like, it makes me so happy. So thank you. And I appreciate everything that you do.
Thank you. Well, thank you for your support.
Yeah.
It means a lot. I appreciate it. Well, anyway, good luck. If you ever want to come back, you're welcome to do so.
Of course.
All right. Have a good one.
Have a good one.
All right. You, David. Are you MAGA?
I was on your live maybe like...
Hold on. The audio's terrible. Perhaps we're calling in from a toaster oven, maybe washing machine. Maybe you're in a submarine 900 feet in the ocean.
It's bad?
It's
Is
better
it still
now.
bad?
It's better
okay.
now.
So I was on your live like 7-8 months ago just to give you, you know, like remind you who I am, right? And then as I joined to debate, Michael Cohen showed up to your live, and obviously we didn't continue debating, never, you know, and I never got around to debate with you. I don't know if you remember that night.
I mean, I do remember that, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm that guy. I wanted to come back one day. I don't know if today was a good day because you see the previous two people, you know.
Well, if you don't make stupid arguments like them, it'll be just fine.
Well, hopefully not, man. Hopefully not. I can just tell you that I'm not a pro like you or your guys like Parker and Dean. But when I go into these lives, I'm 42. Your age, I was more relaxed. Now I get all this anxiety. Yesterday I was on Dean's live, and I had this heart beating and anxiety, and like, you know, 30 seconds in, the first question they asked, I kind of paused, and they got annoyed with it and kicked me, you know. I didn't say anything bad, but just the anxiety and stuff like that. But, you know, maybe I'm okay. But if you're, you know, I wanted to catch you at a good mood too. I don't know. Okay, I guess we can.
Well, did you vote for Donald Trump?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Okay.
I did. I wouldn't call myself maybe MAGA, going as far as calling myself MAGA, but I did vote for Trump. Yeah.
Okay.
I voted for Hillary in 2016, but this time around I voted for Trump.
Okay, why?
I felt he was better than Kamala, man. You know, one thing, the main thing is that when I listen to him, I do feel that he really does care about creating more manufacturing jobs, bringing more jobs to United States. And, I came to this country 20 years ago or 24 years ago for a better life. And back then, China's GDP was 7% of that of US's GDP. And now it's about like neck to neck, maybe 90%, right? I just want your children and my children to not have to go to China for a better future, right? Kind of better life, kind of thing. And I think, he's going about it through, tariffs, and tariffs are inherently, like a bad thing, just like, bailouts are a bad thing. But maybe I feel that the country, the economy is so fragile, right? The car industry and all these things in US, maybe it's warranted. At the very least, I feel like he is thinking about it day and night, going to sleep. He's thinking about creating jobs, restoring that greatness of America and all that. And I didn't feel the same way about Kamala, That's one of the reasons.
Like when you say something like that, that makes me feel sick.
Why, man?
Because like the idea that you think that that Donald Trump, who has exhibited the exact opposite of what you're describing, and you choose to overlook that, makes me feel physically ill. It makes me want to like never talk to you ever again, right? Like Trump has always been in it for himself. And the reason he ran for president this time is for himself. He wanted to keep himself out of prison. We know this, right? And the idea that you like Donald Trump, this narcissist, the people around him who have called him narcissist, the people around him who called him incompetent, says he doesn't know anything. And you think that
okay, so
this guy is going to be quiet.
I'll respond. I'll respond.
No, I'm not done yet. This guy is like going to bed thinking about manufacturing. None of his policies promote manufacturing. Nothing he did in his first term promotes manufacturing. None of the things he did in his first term promotes job creation and leads to a better America. Everything he's talking about right now hurts us. His tariffs hurt you, hurt me, hurt everybody. His waging war on different countries. You know what? I'm actually not in the mood for this conversation. You have to go. I'm sorry. And I'm actually not in the mood to continue the live anymore. I'm not. Yo, Ava, thanks for the $2. Thanks for telling us logic doesn't equal data. Us gays are cheering you on from Chicago tonight. Chicago is such a terrific city. I hope to go back there sometime. Brock, thanks for the $15. Please look this up. FYI, because of Donald Trump winning Greenland, the King of Denmark, King Frederick changed his coat of arms to reflect his country's relationship with Greenland. I did see that earlier today. Dessa, thanks for the $5. Just showing love. Dessa, I appreciate you. Katie, thanks for the $2. OMG, you're smart and have cats. I know I'm new here, but def consider me in line for your first lady. Well, Katie, I love my cats. I have 2 of them and I have a dog. Alexandra, thanks for the $1. The Twitter space was insane. I was there the entire time. Yeah, that's insane. Nicole, thanks for the $2. Got laid off today due to company downsizing. Wonder who I have to thank for that. I'm so sorry to hear that. I hope you're doing okay. Sarah, thanks for the $5. I'm hoping to see your live again. I've been at Disneyland for the past week and missed all your live. That's okay, Sarah. I hope you enjoyed. Nicolette, thanks for the 10 cents as well. Camilla, thanks for the $1. Good news, liberals don't storm the Capitol today. Yeah, there you go. Why didn't you read? Nicolette says, why didn't you read my last comment? Oh, I don't know. I don't know what that means, so I don't want to say something I don't know what it means on live. Chrissy, thanks for the $5. You give me hope for the future. I hope my daughter finds a man like you. I hope my son grows up to be like you. Well, I appreciate you all. You're all very kind. Thank you. Jana, thanks for the $5. Can you explain why people are so riled up accusing you of taking DNC money? I don't get the point of the accusation. Would it be illegal? No, I don't know. People are weird. They just care about things that I don't know, that don't affect them, I guess. And it's also not true. I've explained this anyway. Bex, thanks for the $1. I expect 10% of profits of the shirts I came up with simping for sis in. Yeah, well, there you go. If it ever happens, you'll be first in line. Maria, thanks for the $5. You should bring Hector up to help you. He is fun. I'm not 100%. Hector, I have to see their username. Maybe I'll recognize it from there. I'm not good with names. I never have been personally. Tiffany, thanks for the $50 on PayPal tonight. Thank you for trying to educate these horribly brainwashed people. Proud of you. Yo, can we get some W's for Tiffany in the chat? At least 50 for Tiffany. 50 minimum. Please throw some W's for her in the chat. That's so incredibly kind. You're amazing and wonderful and fantastic, and you deserve the world. So W Tiffany in the chat. Yeah, so legitimately, I'm not in the mood to continue talking to Trump supporters tonight, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to protect my peace and not talk to them anymore. I'm going to get off live because they're pissing me off so much tonight. So, yeah, I apologize. I'm sorry for the early live. But I'm out of here, dude. I'm out of here for the night. I'm going to go Peloton. I'm going to go like listen to music, bro. I'm going to go Peloton and relax, man, because I can't have another one of these conversations with these people. It is so brain numbing. It's so brain numbing. So anyway, I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for being here. It means the world. Make sure to drop a follow if you haven't already. We do these lives all the time. It goes an incredibly long way. And of course, with a possible TikTok ban, make sure to go follow on all the different platforms, on Instagram, on Twitter, on YouTube, on Threads, on Blue Sky, on Facebook. I think I got everything. And if TikTok does get banned, I'll mainly be on YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. So yeah, go follow those platforms, link in bio. Have a great Tuesday tomorrow, everybody. Enjoy your Tuesday. Have a good one. Sleep in if you can. I know some of you are still on break from college, so sleep in if you can. If you have work tomorrow, God love you. You'll do great. And then come back and have a good warm meal, and take some time for yourself and relax and do the things you got to do. And have just a great day tomorrow. I appreciate you all. Again, I'm very sorry for a short live tonight, but look, when we have bombing Mexico, then DNC rigged it against Bernie, then Trump goes to bed thinking about manufacturing. Yeah, I'm out of here, bro. I'm out of here, dude. There are people doing TikTok live debates right now. Can you do me a favor? Go raid Isaiah R. Martin and Tommy and Santana. Killer, can you put Isaiah R. Martin, my dude, and Santana's username on the thing so people can go raid them? Santana, Dom2Fly24. Just put Tommy. I'm gonna raid people I'm friends with tonight. I want to show them some love. Isaiah, I want Tommy. I want Isaiah and Dom2Fly on that. Just want to raid the people I'm close to, you know what I mean, or know better. There we go. So yeah, go do some raids for people. Go raid Tommy, my dude. He's fucking awesome. He's one of my favorite debaters on TikTok Live. Genuinely appreciate him so much. So I'd highly recommend you go raid Tommy. Go say Harry Raid if you join his live. Say Harry Raid, Harry Raid, Harry Raid. And then of course I love Isaiah and Santana. And Santana's right here. Dom2Fly, he's awesome. He's fantastic. Isaiah Martin is my buddy. So go raid any of these people. You'll love all the lives you do or that they're doing. And by the way, if you want to debate any of these people, if you want to debate, if you're MAGA, go debate any of them. They'll happily debate you. If you want to get absolutely demolished in a debate, go to Tommy. If you want to get demolished in a debate, go to Isaiah and Santana. They're going to cook the shit out of you if you're MAGA. But go raid them and say hi. Go raid them and say hi, and say Harry sent you and that Harry says hi as well. All right, everybody. I'm out of here. Enjoy yourself. We'll talk soon. And I'm sorry again for the short live. Hopefully be back tomorrow, but we shall see. All right, everybody.